What are some of the things that you're referring to that you weren't prepared for, like moving on your own? If you don't mind sharing.
Honestly, so cooking. Actually having I was always had somebody to do it for me, and yet you don't know the preparation and time it really takes if you're not doing it. So the fact that it's like if you don't do this for yourself, then you're gonna starve.
Yes,
it's like you gotta go grocery shopping by yourself. You gotta you have to live by yourself. You have to clean by yourself. You have to iron. You have to nigga, you gotta use a laundromat.
Zoom.
They caught me up.
Oh, you gotta explain it to her right quick. Yeah. Can you do an explanation of the Zoom?
Oh my goodness. So Zoom was recently introduced to me by some of my older friends. And pretty much it was this older, college drinking game. Because I never heard of Zoom. Y'all never heard of Zoom? Right, so I think it's a little old school, mid-50s. Okay. Anyway, so I think when they were back in college, their college years, they would play this drinking game called Zoom. Pretty much from my understanding, the object of the game is to keep a quick, steady flow. So if I look at you and say Zoom.
Oh,
he would have to take a drink, because if you're gonna go in the reverse way, you would say,
you gotta look at them.
Irk.
Okay,
so for example, the object of the game is to get somebody to mess up. So then if they mess up and mess up the flow of the game, whether it's Zoom or you irk it, which brings it in the reverse, you have to drink. So we're gonna give you an example. Okay.
All right. So literally us four.
Yeah.
All right. Zoom. Oh, okay. So you would
have to drink.
Yeah. Okay. But it could have been, or it could have went, irk, and then he would have to say Zoom to me.
But you can say irk at any point.
So irk flips it in reverse. I mean, flip it in reverse.
And you gotta look.
But you gotta look at that person.
Yeah. You gotta look at the person you're saying it to.
I got you.
Yeah, let's try again.
All right.
Okay, that's easy.
All right. So we going Zoom.
Irk.
So idealistically, Birdie would have said Zoom because it just flipped it back in her reverse action. So
Zoom would have been to you since she flipped it.
Yeah.
You would have had to irk back to her.
Yeah. Yes. Because you can't go on back and forth, irk, back and forth. Let's demonstrate that back and forthness. Sorry, Birdie.
Trying to get fucked up out here.
Zoom.
Oh, shit.
So I messed up.
Oh.
So did y'all see how I messed up? Because I zoomed back at him. If I was going to flip it in reverse, I would have said Then he would have continued on with the Zoom. Or we could have gone back and forth. So let's demonstrate Shekinah.
What we drinking?
So you got to say irk.
Irk?
So you say Zoom to him.
Okay,
Zoom.
Irk.
No.
You out because
don't say reverse. No,
we would say Zoom.
Yeah. Okay.
And then say irk.
All right, say irk.
It's only irk.
Okay, you ready?
Back to the person.
Yeah.
Irk.
Zoom.
No, you irk.
You
irk back.
Really?
Irk. Yes. Okay, do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead. Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna start and I'm gonna reverse it back to him. He said,
irk.
Say it to me, Zoom.
Irk.
No.
No, you gotta say it.
Sunday night Justin was so sweet through that whole thing.
So what do I say?
But she say irk.
Yeah.
You can either irk it back, but you have to look.
Okay,
at
go ahead.
You go back to the person, you have to irk it.
Okay, irk. Then she said irk, now say Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
and then I say irk.
Okay.
If she irk,
you say
then you gotta Zoom.
Yeah,
y'all doing it to the wrong person. I know.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said it?
I said you say it to me.
She waiting for you to say Zoom.
She waiting for you to say
We should play the game. We should just play it.
Or just play it. Let's go. Zoom.
Irk.
No, you got it.
You want to start off?
Anyway, we should demonstrate it with y'all down there.
Y'all,
what about y'all down there?
We just as fucked up.
They need to know.
No, they know. They he said, I got it.
Come on, y'all. We gotta show them.
Okay. If I zoom, it's to you.
Yeah.
You first.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's start over then.
Unless-
Go
yeah.
Zaire.
Oh my god. Yes.
Wait, what we drinking?
Oh, well, we
We
just
actually-
demonstrating.
Yeah,
we
we
can't
ain't
even get the
gonna- we ain't gonna
concept
do
down first.
All right, so if you fuck up, you out. All right. just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
how
Oh,
we
without the
right?
liquor. We playing
Yeah,
without
we
the
without
liquor.
the liquor. All right. Zoom.
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 No.
You out. You just.
So idealistically, what would have happened? I would have been like,
Zoom.
You would have said Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And
Now she say I say
this
zoom
is how you
again?
get somebody in the middle.
I'm
Yeah.
like zoom. Oh.
That's how you set somebody up.
And you can't mess up because like how
Okay,
I was
alright.
going back and forth. So say
Say Irk to him.
say Zoom.
Zoom.
You say Zoom to me.
Zoom.
Irk.
Zoom.
Irk.
Zoom.
Irk.
Zoom.
Irk.
Zoom.
You gotta keep up with it.
Zoom.
Right.
You got him started.
Yeah. So that's how you can potentially mess up a person. Because you'll be going back and forth so you can catch them in the middle. Justin did real good. Justin did real good. He stayed strong in that one. But people usually mess up on the second or third one because that's confusing when it's like back and forth, back and forth.
Right. He was getting that
So,
shit.
yeah.
So never get a break.
But you're out though.
Go ahead, y'all.
No, I'm just playing.
No, go ahead.
Do y'all want him to join in this round again?
Last time he just slipped out. He's like, "No, I went down."
Okay, so you're back in this official round. This is the official round.
Alright, this the official round. Go ahead.
Y'all got the rule.
Y'all ready?
Yeah. Zoom.
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 Irk.
Zoom.
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 Can I say Zoom first?
Oh, I made it
I
through.
wasn't ready. No, I can't say Zoom.
Oh, we gotta start over on that round.
Okay. It was a technicality. My bad.
Go ahead.
Zoom.
She's ready.
Zoom.
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 Irk.
Irk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zoom.
Wait, you
No,
can't-
wait, is he
you
out
can't
or-
double Irk?
No, he
Yeah, he
got Irk
could.
to
He
him,
could double
though.
Irk, but he.
I
Irk
went
to him,
Zoom.
though.
Yeah, then
I
I
went
did
Zoom.
Zoom.
I went
Yeah.
that
Wait,
way.
I think when you say
I said
Irk.
Irk and he Irked it back to me.
You
so
gotta
I
do a
said
Zoom.
Yeah,
I
do
said
it.
Zoom then.
And then I did Zoom.
Right.
So it's
Oh, so you can go back and forth with a Irk? Like,
yeah.
me and
Yeah.
him?
Irk.
I
So
guess so.
he can say Irk
You
to me,
just
then
gotta
I
look
can
at
say
the
Irk to
person.
him?
No, I think it was Zoom.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought
I
you had
think
to say
it's-
Irk, and then that person had the Zoom, and then that
And
other
then
person had the
I
Irk.
think it is like
super
that.
All right, so what's the next topics?
Okay, yep.
Let's
Cool,
move.
We
y'all
got two.
lost.
Hey, by the way, we got two special guests in here today. We got Doobie in here.
Oh yeah, what's good?
How you feeling today,
I'm
bro?
good, man. I'm chilling, bro.
Dope. Go ahead, do your promotion, man. Let them know about your music. You
I mean-
go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, yeah. I didn't know. I thought you was going to introduce my
I got
mans
you.
over
You
here
going,
first.
you
Yeah, but I mean, I'm Doobie Rogers, rapper. Yeah,
Hey.
extraordinaire. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Got a new album, Doobie Music out.
Yeah.
Just working on it. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get some videos done. And
What's the title
Keep it
of your
going.
favorite song so far?
favorites on that.
Yeah.
Real Eyes.
Okay. That sounds nice.
And can you spell out Doobie for all of our listeners so they know how to
D-
find you?
DUBY. And
That
then
was a good
RODGERS.
For sure.
Rogers with a D.
For sure.
Yeah.
See, that was a
For
good
sure.
answer.
Glad to have you here. We
Yes.
got my brother
Yeah,
Chris in
yeah.
here.
Right, because I wouldn't have spelled it like that,
No.
bruh.
What's going on? What's going
You gotta make
on?
it. You gotta make it stand
Lavish
out.
Journey, I
You gotta-
made it back around. Cedar Woods.
He was like, "You want to see the?"
You wanna see that?
Wait, what the fuck are y'all talking about? He said D so hard. He was like,
D.
Got that D in the middle.
We gonna have to we gonna have to introduce him all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
again.
yeah,
Don't
come
worry,
on,
we was gonna come
Chris.
back to you.
Yeah, here we go.
Go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
We got my
Sorry.
brother Chris in here from Toledo.
What's going on? What's
Hey.
going on?
"Hey."
He said it. He made it back around the Lavish Journey.
So
He said I'm
He got the
chilling.
sport glasses on. I don't know how to.
Y'all trying to ride. Y'all trying to take a
He's
ride.
gonna take off and ride over here. He's gonna go sit there.
Y'all funny.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, Essence, go. What's the topics for today, Essence?
What?
Yeah.
Why did everyone get so silent? First of all, I asked that question, sir.
Well,
You always had a good topic.
Oh, can you click on monitor on, please? Appreciate right. Bang. Oh, that's perfect.
That's what I was pointing at.
Got it back
Yeah.
going, y'all.
I didn't know what to
I
hit.
never
I'm
stopped.
like,
Yeah.
All right. Do y'all believe death is real?
Oh, that's
That's a good question.
Well, yeah.
Ooh,
believe
wow,
it.
that's so weird that you brought up that topic.
Yeah, do y'all
Like,
believe
Like
death is real?
reincarnation and stuff
Good
like
shit,
that.
just
Yeah, it just came in my head.
Death is definitely real.
Okay.
We see
Yeah.
death.
Oh,
I mean, it
okay.
is
Yeah, we
real.
do see death.
Okay.
I'm kind of desensitized to it now. So I can't say I can't see a dead body and be like, oh my god, like I
Yeah.
want to investigate. But
I mean, shit.
it's kind of like, damn, I feel empathetic that somebody dead out here. Like,
But it's
I
just
don't
we
know.
see it so much.
yeah,
It's these cameras and stuff. Like,
yeah, the
you
media
see
definitely.
the type of stuff we see.
They got a whole page for people
Yeah.
who did.
The type of stuff we see, like killings that we see, like shooting people. Just
Have you ever saw somebody get killed before, like in person? Oh, okay. Oh, I heard about to say.
My
Sheesh.
mom has.
Thank
Really?
God I
How was
haven't,
that
'cause
for
I don't
her?
know how to traumatize
She tell you about that?
Yeah, it was crazy. So basically, she lived in the projects, and she was at the house, and a whole bunch of people who she was cool with was at the house, and they was just chilling and everything. And I don't know. I guess one of her good friends and somebody else, they had got into it, whatever. And then it was a gunshot, and so her and everybody else ran outside, and her friend, another dude, was standing there, and then the dude who got shot, he was laying there, and she said his brains was just splattered everywhere. Like, she said seeing a dead body in person is like, it traumatized her. She said that a week later, she had left. She got out of the projects. Because,
That's
like,
just as bad as just the person killing them.
yeah, she said blew his top off, and then the person. So the dude who did the killing got arrested, but also her friend who didn't kill the dude, he got 15 years.
damn.
Because he was there.
Just
Really?
because he's there.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
The first thing he did when he got out of prison was came and visit my mom.
Just 10?
that one
He
cop
didn't
just
kill
got 10 years for killing that innocent guy.
Oh,
No, the dude
That
who
ain't
didn't
enough.
do the murder,
Yeah.
he got 10 to 15
Yeah.
years.
what was he doing there? I mean, who didn't do the murder?
did?
No, they just went out to see, right?
Yeah.
They just went out to see what happened in there.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah,
And
so
he got
somebody
10 to 15 years.
Oh,
And he didn't kill him.
You gotta run away.
They must have been
Guilty by
something else.
Oh, I'm coming for my money, city.
Yeah, but you know, ain't nobody snitching on nobody. Like, that shit.
That's the problem.
Fuck that.
So you think people should snitch? Is that in the word?
It depends, motherfucker. It depends.
I mean,
Is it my ass or your ass?
If you
Is
see-
my ass is more
If you see
important.
some foul shit.
Yeah.
yeah, but you
say
gotta
something.
Gotta speak
realize,
up.
like, when
You gotta know where you.
I
Gotta
don't
know
care
who
if
you
it is
dealing
a
with
code
though.
of
Right, you
At some
definitely
point.
gotta know who you dealing with, because if you dealing with the wrong
Yeah.
people and that
They
person
come after
snitch,
your
that's
ass. They
your,
like,
not just
yeah,
you, but
this
your
nigga.
family.
Yeah.
That's your
What's
Start
crazy?
watching you.
Yes,
They'll watch
your
you. It's-
family.
yeah,
What's
every
real
move.
crazy
They will
is
kill
nowadays, like in today's society, a lot of the killings that are going on are really like retaliation. Like,
Yeah.
people are not people. I don't think people are, a lot of people are failing to realize, like, a lot of these killings, we be like, oh my goodness, that happened for no reason or out of nowhere or this and that and the third. Like, only a small percentage of those are just, oh my God, tragic. You know, bullet through a home, hitting a child. So tragic and accidental. But the other 98% is retaliation. People not spraying 30 bullets through your house for no reason.
Yeah.
People are not, spraying bullets into your cars for no reasons. It's just the only small percentage, like I said, there are freak accidents that result in, like, the casualties of innocent people. Other times it's because when you go to the niggas' Instagrams, no offense or anything, they got, guns in their pictures, money all over, weed all over. 9 times out of 10 promoting the fact that they're in the streets, are not scared of anyone. And with that type of person being so outward and public, posting their pictures and ideas and stuff of that nature, comes with a certain territory, like, out in these
does.
streets.
You bring a whole energy to you.
And you gotta prove who the fuck you is.
Yeah.
On and offline now. So.
Yeah.
One
I
of
mean,
the bad
but-
things about that is with retaliation, it's like it's never ending because once one side
get somebody that died, they gonna, you know, feel bad about it, feel like they gotta retaliate. And then they gonna retaliate, do their thing to the other side.
Never
and
end.
then they gonna,
like you biking.
So cool.
the cycle gonna just continue over and over.
On
So
a bicycle or something.
Yeah, like you about to get it.
the only real
That's
way
real.
to end
That's
this is if they like just
With the red too.
let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it go sound
somebody gotta
easy,
let
though.
it go, but
Yeah.
it ain't easy.
I know.
Sure
It sound, that's what I'm trying to
I ain't been in
say.
it, but I'm sure it's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Easier said
But
than
somebody
done.
got to break this. It's the only way the chain gets broken. Somebody got to let it go.
But to go back to like your original question, do we feel like death is real? I feel like that was very interesting you brought that up, because just at my workplace yesterday, the topic of death came to the forefront. And, you know, I work with the elderly population, so 55 and up. So we were just talking about how some of our participants have passed away. And it was just like, you know, working in healthcare, you kind of, in a sense, like you mentioned, like get desensitized to the word death, or this person just died, or blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to your personal life, are you able to really accept what's to come? That is a very difficult question for me. I'm sorry, a very difficult topic for me personally. I do fear death. Like, and it's the inevitable. I have a scary feeling, like, not a scary, but like a very anxious feeling in my chest when I think of it. And, you know, sometimes I raise the question like, dang, I wish I wasn't alive so I wouldn't have to feel how it feels to die. You know,
That's deep.
It's deep. So it's like a fear of mine. Yeah, if anyone else want to share how they feel about it, but
I just don't
I just understand it's got to happen. Like, ain't nobody escaped it yet.
Yeah. I just live every day like
so it's just like I just
I don't know.
I don't know when it's
Disney
scary
still-
that it will happen. It's not even a if it will happen.
Look,
But
Walt
it's just
Disney's
about-
still hoping that they find a way to
You
bring
know
the
what I'm
brain back
saying?
from the
Yeah,
dead.
he frozen
So-
under Disney somewhere. He waiting
what
for him
age
to
did
come
y'all
back.
like really like acknowledge death and like wherever y'all were? Like
My
I'll be
great
like,
grandma died.
First
when
grade.
I was like 06.
oh wow,
shit.
Yeah, I was like 13.
2019 for me
really? Goddamn.
this year.
So what did that teach y'all when you realized, you know?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Shit, I haven't really experienced death. Like, my grandfather passed, but like in my family, it's the ones who cry and the ones who understand. You feel me? And like me, I'm a person. Death is merely a new start to a new beginning.
Yeah,
So,
that was me. I feel like I just kind of understood.
Yeah,
even if
so-
I was like, even though I was like 13, I was just like, I was sad and crying because everybody else was crying and sad.
That's
It's
how I am.
impossible not
Yeah.
to when you you know what I'm saying, you're in that environment. But
yeah,
I was more so like, yeah, I understand. I
Yeah.
get like it happens though. I get it. Like
yeah.
it just I don't know. It just
It
showed
doesn't
me
really-
that like it's not
a
you
part-
don't
it's
live.
natural.
Nobody lives
It's
forever.
natural.
She was like 80 something.
Yeah.
She had Alzheimer's. Like
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's how my grandfather
yeah,
was. He
it's
was
just
80s.
like
And
when it's, at that point, yeah. I don't know. It happens, man. It's just,
Yeah, it
it's
just
just something you
happens.
can't escape.
no,
You know, I do
man.
feel like you would eventually like reincarnate.
Oh, you believe in
By your energy.
reincarnation?
What?
Yeah,
Bet.
but I mean, death is real. So I mean, as weird as it is to say this, you have to somewhat prepare for it. So you just got to make sure, you know, just make sure like
You gotta
You're not
embrace
making
it.
the wrong
Like, I don't
moves.
know about embrace
Oh, I was about to say, make sure you got life insurance.
Ah,
Hey,
that's
no,
it.
that's true. Hey,
That's
hey, that
real.
life insurance, you
That's real. That's real. To me.
that's real. No,
and what's
for
real is how many of us at this table have life insurance?
I do.
Shout out to my pieces. I do.
She gonna bring that up. I got
a person who you need him.
Y'all parents was ready.
I mean, you gotta be. You gotta,
Yeah.
gotta be smarter. Cause
Hell
that's
yeah.
a
Dang.
lot of people do that, and that's how you got money when
And a
people
lot of
die.
people don't
And you
got
pay for
older
that
parents.
stuff, and then you.
Yeah.
It's very rare that
Yeah.
I come across certain people who got parents that's in the 60 to 50,
Mhm.
60 to 70 or 80 range.
That's
but they
me.
do have them, but it's like people who was like 50 to down. It was just kind of like they thought about it because I guess insurance was something that they started bringing in, like
Yeah.
home, auto,
Mm.
bundles. You might as well just do it as a life insurance
well
package
They
too.
pay you some money when you die. It's the only inevitable thing.
And people make money. They say people
How much
don't.
y'all put into y'all life insurance? Like
It's
a
like a couple
month?
dollars, like $20-something.
My parents do
it's
that.
like 26 a month.
Your parents pay your life insurance?
I think it's included
It's
in
like
some
a,
shit.
it's like
yeah.
a family
okay.
plan.
That's a- yeah, family
They got
plan.
It is a
like
family
a-
plan.
Yep.
Primerica.
Like they got the
I
people.
just-
Like they got the.
You a Primerica too?
Yeah,
I don't
like they got
know.
the primary.
Probably so.
You said, yeah, maybe.
He still have the luxury of his parents taking care of
Hey,
everything.
facts. It's some family package. Facts.
Look, I know
Yeah, but
some
you can
banks
pay it all
do-
together. Like
I know
and
some
Yes.
banks that
certain
do
people.
life
Yep.
insurance, and that's kind of helpful because
You know
that
about
way it can kind of help you save for it. And I don't know.
I'm with a life insurance company. I don't know what the fuck bundling y'all doing.
Oh,
What you
My
mean?
people only do life insurance.
I haven't thought about life
Well,
insurance. I have had people try to sell it to me before, but I just
Yeah, you gotta find somebody who's comfortable.
I feel like, what is the good age to start investing in life insurance?
Yeah.
Nah.
21.
Is it like
Now,
Right.
now, whenever
Unfortunately,
you,
because
I mean,
we're
Whenever
so
you,
young.
I feel like whenever
if you got kids,
accept the concept of death, you might as well.
I
'Cause
mean,
you could leave some money behind
Mm-hmm.
if you do die. Like
Yeah.
And at least it don't cost
people
a
do
lot.
get bread.
Damn,
Like
y'all.
there's,
I
there's some
mean,
people,
but
there's some
the
people their
average
parents die and they
person-
get like $200,000.
Yeah.
I was about to say, but it covers the cost for the funeral and everything, all that stuff.
That was
Right, that's what I would say have it because a lot of people can't afford.
Yeah,
like
that's
if
why
your
they
parents or
have it.
your child
For
died,
sure.
like can't afford to bury their kid, like they having freaking GoFundMe pages and barbecues to like get money
Funerals
to
ain't
bury
cheap.
Yeah, to bury
your
somebody.
child or something, and it's
Yeah.
like a minimum of $5,000. Like
Yeah.
what person just gonna come up with $5,000 to
$5,000.
bury?
What's so
You gotta have money.
Right. That's why life
Thanks.
insurance. That's why I got life insurance because I did not want to put that burden on my mom to figure out how she wanted to bury me. And like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Or even
it's
your
so
kids.
true though. It's
But even
real.
or even if you have kids and then they gotta bury you, like at least you
Or
got,
my
You
kids.
know what I'm saying? Like at least they don't have to have that burden. Like they ain't
Right.
gotta come up with 20,000 for the,
Get you some life insurance,
Yeah.
young Black America.
Hey, we need some sponsors
Yeah.
out there too. We can promote
Definitely
y'all. Like,
Black
Roll
insurance.
out show businesses for
hey,
insurance.
who you say?
Definitely.
Who? Private who?
and what,
Primerica.
Please don't go with Primerica. They're very annoying employment agency. I'm sorry.
I mean, the people my grandparents got, they cool. They fucked with me. They was trying to give me a job and everything. Shout out to Primerica.
I don't know what y'all selling.
Facts.
They not
so
selling
what's
nothing.
crazy is when we were still talking about the topic of death and everything, like in that conversation I was having with like my coworkers and stuff, one of the ladies shared how they like had this they were like going to be a nurse, and you might be able to relate to this,
Yep,
to this.
yep.
I don't know if they still do it or not.
Go for
But
it.
they took them to the morgue.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
So what unit did they take you all to at the morgue?
Like, we mean what unit?
Like what?
They just took us downstairs in this cellar type of place, your basement pretty much, and they just pulled out these bodies out like this.
Ain't nowhere else to put
Yeah,
dead
these
bodies.
things.
You can't put them on the fifth floor.
That was
Like,
it.
Hey, Bob,
Y'all saw the dead bodies?
Yeah, it was
and
nothing
stuff?
really spectacular though. That was pretty much.
So back in her day and experience, they took them to the morgue and they saw them perform an autopsy and
we
saw
see
the
that.
brain split open in half.
I feel like if you're gonna go,
No, we didn't see all
And
that.
should.
then they took them to the worst unit ever in the morgue, and it was all the dead bodies of babies that are just they're unclaimed, whether it's from babies being stillborn to whether it's babies that have died of different sicknesses, just all these dead babies.
Mm.
And then she was saying it doesn't
sound wild.
get talked about or brought up the fact that people have unclaimed babies, whether it's from like being like stillborns or miscarriages, and they still had to pass the babies through, that are sitting there just
And they never
there.
Put on the news. They never put on the news. No.
or
Facebook
like
page,
the clothes of the kids with bullet holes just through them and stuff like that, like unclaimed. I just
Was
like,
this in Cleveland?
what? Yeah.
Oh damn!
wait, like unclaimed, like they don't know who their parents are. Unclaimed.
Like no one ever
Yeah,
came and
they
said,
did.
"This is my
Oh
child."
my god.
So they're just there
See y'all next time.
until however long it is, then they end up burning the bodies or cremating them or whatever. But they just
why?
I was like, she said she couldn't do it anymore. She was just a new mom at the time. After seeing that, she said, I can't even be a nurse anymore.
Yeah, I would have never went back to the hospital again. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. That would have
been something you gotta be
really
ready for. Working in the medical field, you got to be ready to.
Even in like
that's why I could never work in the medical field.
I saw it all. Though. I ain't see that, but I saw people die and stuff. You know what I mean? It's just.
I can't even.
You gotta be made for it, to be honest. You know.
I was gonna say they probably was preparing them. That's probably the best way.
You might see, because you might see some crazy stuff,
to be in this
like
field,
working trauma or something like that.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I just have one random comment. So you see how they have to prepare you guys to see this stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand how people can just kill somebody. Because just seeing that, like, it's right there, like. You just murder somebody and that person is now dead. And you see that person just dead. Right. And you just go on about your day. Like, you got to be a special kind of fucked up to actually kill somebody. Like,
and keep it pushing.
Like you got to be.
The military people go through
Mm-hmm.
that. That's why, like they come back different when they're, like, discharged.
The military people, they're like conditioned. They're like, their training puts them through, this is what you're going to see, this is what you're going to have to do. When you get just a regular person, just kill somebody. It's like, were you angry? Like, can anger make you do that? Like, what would make you sit and just kill somebody and you just see it and you okay afterwards? Like,
I don't think any person personally is prepared, because even going to war, them niggas be like, my dude was out there, he was fucked up, he was like, I had to kill people, you know, like, you in the field is different, so it's a whole different, but they train you for this mindset, so certain people might already have that mindset to kill, you feel me?
Like, you gonna run a couple of courses of killing somebody when you in the military.
But I'm saying it could be a person, their mentality is already like, I don't really see this as life, you know, it's just, I'm erasing it, that's it. You feel me?
There's serial killers that think like that.
Serial killers, you feel me? They kill people in the brutalest of ways. You know?
But serial killers are they're sociopaths. So it's like they don't feel anything. Like, sociopaths, literally, they have no feelings. They have no emotions, which makes it easier for them to murder.
I want to watch some crime shows now.
That could be some killers.
God, just a person who never saw that shit. I mean, even if it is talked about, like, we all listen to rap music and everything, and we all hear the lyrics that goes on. But for somebody to actually take a gun, put it to somebody, and pull a trigger. And it's like
their mental isn't there. That's a whole different, because you ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. So that's what I'm saying. It's a different type of mental state.
But situation also plays a factor too. Because some people gotta do it.
Yeah, if you got to, then that's a different.
That's a different thing. But still, you still won't. I think you never the same afterwards.
Nah.
I feel like if
you definitely not.
I feel like if you kill a person, you never.
That's why I said with your mom's story, like, it had to been the same effect as the person who actually really did it.
Right.
Is he still out there? Is he really psychologically? Is he okay? Is he doing these murders? Is he doing something else? Is he serious? You don't never know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people out
there. It always go down to, like, what they say, what their intent was. Whether it was self-defense or whether they was just on some other stuff.
But it circled back to essence retaliation. Shit. Something happened to hit that. Somebody grab a gun. Yeah. I just couldn't see anybody I know grabbing a gun and really physically shooting somebody. I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? It takes a special kind of person to really.
I enjoy life too much.
Yeah, like, right. I'm trying to live over here like, damn, I'm trying to plan the next trip.
Like, I don't got time for that. I'm all about good vibes, man. Yeah. Like, I know it's crazy motherfuckers out here, but I'm swerve. even if it does, come across me, I'm still gonna try to swerve that shit.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Life brings what you give out. You feel me? Yeah. Like, I don't face anything like that.
That topic, it kind of took some energy from me.
I had to bring it up. That's why I had to cut. I was like, oh.
I was like, whoa, shit.
Everything started like,
that's a heavy topic.
That is a heavy topic. Death is a heavy topic, and emotionally, energy-wise, it is one of those draining topics, and that's why I think like living lavish probably mean like, you know, just living your own best life of what you think as a millennial maybe, or if you're going through your lifestyle, like
just live.
You know, you just living and trying to be on some lavish type shit for yourself.
Lavish
and your
is all
journey.
about what you think it is.
Yeah.
You could live a simple life and
be
lavish.
cool. Yeah.
Facts. That's what I'm doing now. That's what that's what we all doing. I hope.
Yeah.
Making the most of it, man.
Yeah. That's
So
what
I got a
do.
question for y'all. Since we are entering into 2020, what is y'all upcoming goals? Or no, matter of fact, how have y'all felt y'all did in 2019 though so far?
We're not gonna talk about that.
No,
We're gonna talk about 2020.
No, we in 2019 right now on the real. How's y'all update?
Don't nobody want to think about that. We don't talk about.
I feel like I dominated this year. I knew I was, and I did it.
I wanted to put an album out this year, and I did.
You
so
see?
I think I did good. I haven't put.
You know you did.
I didn't
You
put
got your
anything
new
out
car?
in a while, so.
I consistently worked out for a good bit, so I've been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my
minor
own
victories.
place and my own car.
Yeah, she got her first car and shit this year. She got a not drive, but you drive.
It's those minor victories.
Wait, say what you did again tomorrow.
Huh?
Because you
Say what you did again.
Put out the album.
Clap for you.
It's all
Alright.
good. Yeah, no, it's those minor victories, man. That's what people don't. I don't think people appreciate.
Yeah, we look for big shit instead of appreciating everything.
You got your own place, like.
Oh no, that's not a good thing.
That's a good thing.
You got your own
Would
place.
you want to go back home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I
you do.
Yeah, I feel you.
You gotta find the beauty in it.
You gotta
Chilling.
find-
I'm staying at the
yeah.
crib chilling.
I was about to say, I love the fact that I don't have to worry about that type of thing right now, and it's not a burden on me to worry about that. To like live at home, with my mom, and
miss my
you know, do
apartment,
your
though.
thing.
I
But yeah,
do
you
miss my
do wish you
apartment.
had your own space, but it's like
I enjoyed it.
They was nice.
You gonna find out a lot about
We was living
yourself.
that's what I'm saying. Like I like.
How
the
long
fact
ago
that
did
could
you
be
move out? How long ago?
I
did you
mean,
move out?
I realized things about myself that was said to me, but then I had to see it for myself, and I'm just like, damn, that person was right, and like. Now though it's like me, like I have to deal with it, and before I always had somebody that was always right there, but now I'm completely on my own, and I was never taught to be completely on my own. Like there's still things that I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this, and so it's just like I want to go back home to my mom. Like
But you doing your thing though. You doing your thing.
I'm about to say this is
a good time.
Growth
You got to challenge
you.
yourself. It's
Yeah.
when you
Growth.
challenge yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's
I
when you
went
find
through the
out
same
about
thing.
yourself.
And you never know. Things might happen.
Now
You
you
end
wanna
up back
deal with
home,
yourself.
but the next time around, you be like, now I know what the fuck
You
I
can't
gotta
keep
do.
running because you can't keep running from it.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
gotta
that's-
happen.
Oh, yeah, nigga,
first
gonna
chance
have
I
to.
get, I'm moving back in with my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
So what are some of the
She
things
mad
that you
at her
talked
mind.
about? What are some of the things that you're referring to that you weren't prepared for, like moving out on your own? If you don't mind
Honestly,
sharing.
honestly, so cooking.
Right.
Actually having and no like
Yeah,
cause
Nah, I
it's
feel
never
that.
Yeah, that
I
all
went through
on its
that
own
shit
is
ain't no
like-
I was always
That ain't no
had
hoe.
somebody to do it for me, and yet you don't know the preparation and time it really takes if you're not doing it. So the
Heck
fact that
yeah.
it's like if you don't do this for yourself, then you're gonna starve.
Yes.
It's like
You gotta sit outside.
you gotta go grocery shopping by yourself. You gotta you have to live by yourself. You have to clean by yourself. You have to iron. You have to like. Nigga, you gotta use a laundromat. Like you can't just go to the basement no more and wash clothes. Like
And
everything.
your apartment building ain't got no washer dryer?
Yeah, but I'm saying like
still gotta
coming
pay
from my
for that
mom's
shit.
house, right? Where everything
there.
was free, everything was given to me. I didn't really have to do anything.
She said, this shit is ghetto.
And
I don't
now-
want to work. I want to live with my mama, and I want to.
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to
Ghetto
be
as
here.
fuck.
I swear, like
Yeah.
I can't. Like
It's
I
hard.
wanna go
It
back.
It make you feel like
With my
you're like
mom.
an adult now. Like,
Yeah.
boom.
Yes,
That's
and
what
that's
I'm saying.
exactly how I felt though when I
It's
moved into that
hard.
apartment. Like when I got them keys and I spent that first night there, I'm like, damn. I'm really like I'm not a child anymore. Like my parents are not here to do for me anymore. Like and it was just reality smacking me in the face because the previous years when I always had them, I never knew what it would be like to actually be a full adult. And then you realize that shit and you like, oh fuck, this different from what I
Now, who all lives alone?
I did. I had my own house.
I mean,
so everybody.
I feel like I live alone, given my house structure. So.
Coming live from my parents' basement. Coming live from their basement.
So everybody live with their parents.
Yeah.
I was just in Hawaii for 4 months, like by myself, kind of like on a farm. So like,
you can't just you give me an origin where this started from. You got dad out there.
Yeah. Well, basically, I went to Hawaii and I just went to live on a raw vegan, like organic farm.
Okay.
Like,
You just
Is
want to
that
do that?
Yeah.
your family or you
well, I
just
always
did a program? Or?
no, nobody. I didn't know anybody out there. Know anything. I was just like, I just needed a change, basically, because I had torn my ACL last year in my knee. So I like had surgery, and I was gonna go to Hawaii at that time because I've always wanted to go. It's one of those places I've always wanted to go to. So I was like sitting out and recovering, and I was like, man, what am I about to do? Like, am I about to go work again? Like for these motherfuckers who don't care about me and life is going on for this House of Blues. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They don't care if I'm there or not. So I was like, well, after I went back for a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'm about to just get ready to go to Hawaii. Cause fuck it, why not?
So
what else?
when you went out there, like, who you stay with?
It's not that expensive.
Who you stay with when you was out there?
I stayed on the farm, so it was a work trade. So basically, I worked for my stay. Basically, it was from 7 in the morning to 11. 7 to 11 in the morning, we'd work, do whatever we do on the farm, and then we got all day.
How did you find this?
I was just searching for.
Online.
I was just looking for stuff, places to go in Hawaii, and then I came across something like it, like a few, like maybe 4 years ago, 2014. It was like I came across it, like it was like a little eco village you could go live in down there, something like that. So I always like known you could go do little things like that in Hawaii, but I never looked into it until I was like sitting out. And I was like, let me go look into this and see if I could just even go live. Even if I had to pay, that was fine.
Did you have a stipend or how does that
No,
work?
it's just you go with your own money, but they give you a place to stay and you have food on the farm. Like, it was a fruit farm. So it was so many bananas.
You probably had the healthiest diet.
It was raw vegan. It was nothing but raw food.
So you ate fruits all the time?
Fruits and veggies.
That's dope. That's dope, though.
Fruits and veggies all day. But, I mean, you got to eat a lot to do it. Like,
how much you got to eat?
A lot. You gotta eat a lot because it's just fruits and veggies. It ain't like that stuff passes.
I make a good vegan meal.
Nah, not really. Not supposed to.
Y'all ain't find no peanuts, crush them bitches up.
Nah, you could eat it like off the farm, like kind of. So it was like on the farm it was raw food. Off the farm it was just vegan.
Damn.
So it was like you could eat cooked vegan food off the farm. I used to eat pad thai a lot. That's my shit. I gotta learn how to make my own. I'm gonna keep it real. But yeah, I just went to Hawaii and I just lived out there for like 4 months, and it's just like, so I did that by myself. That was like, other than college, like that was the only time I've lived.
How do you feel now after Hawaii, bro? I'm curious.
What do you mean?
Like, how do you feel from going into Hawaii to coming back from Hawaii as a person? Did you grow?
Yeah, it's so different. That's the one thing. It's like it's so different from here.
Yeah.
No, I like it because I got family here. It's okay, but Hawaii's a paradise for a reason. Yeah. Like, I don't want to live there forever because it's so far from everything. It's in the middle of the ocean, like.
And they're gonna be the first state to sink.
No, I don't know. It gets bigger and bigger. Hawaii is actually getting bigger and bigger because it's a big volcano. It's a big volcano, is what it is, and it's just coming out of the ocean.
Sorry, California. You guys go back to number 1.
But it's terrible. I don't know. Coming back, I just feel like it's so different.
Different.
Life is just so different. Like, I'd rather.
Does it feel magical now?
Not
here.
Does it inspire you? That's what I'm saying.
Does it inspire you?
What, Hawaii? It inspired me to keep going other places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like people. So, like, it inspired me to just keep going to other places. Because, like, Cleveland is always going to be home. It's one of those things. I've been here my whole life. So it's always going to be home. But I'm just like, I got to go other places. It's like so much out there. The world is so big.
See the world.
Yeah. It's so big, and I'm just like, that's why I had to go to Hawaii. I was like, I love Hawaii. Like I didn't even go there before, and I knew I loved it.
Yeah.
And then I got there, and I loved it even more.
Damn.
Because it's just everything you think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful sights everywhere. The ocean is everywhere you go. Like
I feel trapped. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
Hawaii is
I mean,
my
maybe,
last bucket list. Shit.
But I was also trying to
That sound like a good
I was
experience.
trying to challenge myself though,
Yeah.
because I had never gone anywhere like, especially that, like a whole raw vegan farm. I wasn't even vegan, like at all.
How
like
was that?
So how was
That
that
came
I was
with-
already like
That's an extreme
preparing
jump.
myself.
Yeah.
Me and Zaire had we've been
the
working
gym.
out, and he had
He was at
been
the gym.
telling me some stuff, and I was like I can't even fully embrace it until I like
Get
go.
there. That's what I said.
And
Once you
actually
get
put
there, you'll
myself
see.
So
in
how
it,
do you
'cause
feel after? Is
It's
there
hard.
any effects?
It's hard to stick to it being here because there's too much.
Options.
It's
Too many
everything.
options. I could go
Yeah.
eat.
Well, I would say this because I like to eat a little healthy, but there's always the food bank.
Oh, yeah, I don't eat
Free-
meat anymore.
No, there's the food bank.
Yeah.
They give like free
Free
fruits and
food.
veggies.
Yep.
You can pick your own veggies and stuff like that.
Yep, I'm
And
already hip.
sometimes certain churches give out free like
Yeah,
bags.
free.
Now that I'm
But he's
here,
saying
I see
here it's like
different-
a whole bunch of more food choices
Well,
than
I'm
there.
saying in a cheap way,
Bad-
because I
bad
think
food
about
choices,
that.
yeah.
I'm a college student. I don't have a lot of money, and my mom isn't going to have food stamps because she works
No.
every day. But I go to food banks. She goes to food banks, and we get food. They give
Now that
us
you-
meat and veggies
they
or
give
whatever
you everything
we
you
need.
need.
But I don't eat the meat. My mom can eat the meat. I'll eat all the veggies.
Veggies and fruit.
You know, I could cook stuff for you sometimes. Like, you just have to know where to get the free food source from. Because I know fruit and veggies is the first thing they're giving somebody free. If it's
Yeah.
ugly, I've seen, it's like a whole website.
It's so much of it.
Dedicated to ugly fruit. You know, like they have certain fruits in grocery stores that may look nice and perfect and round, and like Zagars, it's like all cool, fresh, nice looking fruit. And then you got Dave's and certain other places that's got these ugly ass looking yams and shit, and ain't all perfectly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference, but it's still
Still
eatable.
eat. You
They
can
throw
still
those
eat.
things away
Facts.
though, and they go to free shit. So.
Yeah.
Free resource.
I don't know. So being back, I'm just seeing the city and trying to see it in different lights.
changing
Because
that.
I can't. Now that I did that, like it cleansed me. I lost a lot of weight too. I lost like 70 pounds. So like, just like that was just straight diet change and like walking every day and just sweat. It's humid out there, so it's just sweating, working on the farm, and just like eating healthy. And it like cleanses you. And like now it's like I can't even eat certain stuff without like feeling it like immediately. I'm just like, oh, I can't eat that no more. I ate some pizza the other day, stuffed crust.
That cheese.
That's too much cheese, bro. I only ate 2 pieces.
I know that cheese, boy. We was talking about.
But I can't do it. I can't do it no more. Like I can't.
That's good though.
Yeah.
You stripped yourself away.
But
from
now,
the toxins.
but see, if it used to be, I would know I can't eat it, and I would still eat it.
Yeah, but now you know.
Now I know I can't eat it, and I just don't eat it.
Cause
I think
your
some people
stomach
got a
changed.
self-control with food. They just start eating.
So that
Yeah.
bring it back to Justin's initial question. Like, what is?
What was my question?
Essence is the queen of fucking bringing it back. No,
It's
it
like-
does bring it back. Like, it bring it back to
like
the
my
original
no matter where
question.
we
Like,
Question.
what is your goals for 2020? Right?
Oh, he already answered
For
that.
2020,
No,
like,
Oh, you didn't.
Well,
Oh, not
No,
everybody
he asked me
went,
how I
yeah.
felt, how different am I?
Yeah.
from, like,
Yeah.
back,
But that's
for
something-
2020. I don't.
That's something he did in 2019. No matter I said, so how was y'all 2019 update? Now that we're 10 months
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And he just gave his.
But that
like,
sounded well. That
That's
might
a lot.
that was like a little segue
That's a
into
lie.
my
That's a
goal
lie.
for 2020.
What's your goal for 2020?
Oh no, I want to go first. Y'all can go.
He ain't
It's
say-
just
he
bouncing
ain't say
everywhere.
what-
Chris
How
over
was your
here.
2019?
Chris ducked
Chris
off.
ain't saying
You gotta turn the
nothing.
mic over some.
Y'all want my 2019 or 2020?
2019. How was that?
My 2020. I mean, my 2019.
He about to ride
Update.
that bike.
I mean, I finished trade school,
Okay. When you finish trade school in, bro?
HVAC.
Dope, dope.
So, you know, if you got a broken furnace or AC, just hit me up.
Okay, I need your card. 'Cause-
You gonna trap down here to
Okay,
Cleveland?
okay.
No, no.
Well,
not like
actually,
that.
right now, I'm
My
just,
furnace
you know,
is fucking up.
He ain't
Right
in
now-
Cleveland.
I'm at this point where I'm just like, you know, I'm
He
just,
come down to Cleveland.
I'm maintaining, and I'm actually trying to figure out where I want to move to, or if I want to move, and you know, I'm just, you know, you know, just figuring out. Really, just I got to do more traveling because I do want to check out the West Coast.
West Coast.
And
Yeah, I do want to go to California.
Yeah.
Oh, you should come
Shout
with
out
us
to
to Cali.
Mercedes.
When y'all going?
When is y'all?
Oh, they wasn't trying to invite y'all.
I mean, no.
I was going next
I'm about to
year.
go in a few months, but when we supposed to be going?
Me, you, and
I'm going in a
Jeremiah
few
gotta
months.
talk
I got to get back out there.
Okay.
Why don't we just fly to Vegas and drive to California?
You come with us, Essence. Come on.
It's
Yeah.
cheaper.
You want to come to
I'm with
Canada?
that.
I wanted to go. Maybe I wanted to go to like a
It's cheaper
cannabis
to stay in
winery or
Vegas.
something.
It's cheaper to fly to Vegas. It's way cheaper to just
And then
go
drive to California.
Ooh, that's like
3
a
hours.
3-4 hour drive.
That's a road trip.
I mean,
not bad, though,
that's
'cause we'll be
like
in
to
Vegas.
Columbus, like
Yeah.
Or
a little bit
Michigan,
further,
like
Athens.
Detroit or some shit. Like
Who driving?
Right.
Because I'm opting me out.
Look, how many people
I'm
gonna be
not
in the
bringing my
car?
glasses for this
We
reason.
all
We'll
got
have to get a big old like
hour
Durango
apiece.
or something.
We need an RV.
We'll do
or
an
some
hour
shit.
apiece.
RV.
Yeah,
Who are we,
something.
white?
Shit, that's the best road trip. If we
Look,
going to
wait a
Las
minute.
Vegas
They
and
be having
going
some
to
good
Cali.
ideas.
I just feel
RV.
like the worst horror movies always happen in like RVs and
I'll
niggas
go
get
in the
killed.
RV.
Hey,
And I'll
RV
be
will
like,
be kicking
you
it.
could just
Bro,
park here and
yes,
go
I
see
went that
it.
bitch,
road
you could
trips
chill
in the
with
middle of the
that.
desert from Vegas to
I like the
California.
RV.
Would y'all wait though? Would y'all really
RV.
want to do a
Movies,
cross
the
country road trip?
Huh?
Like, would y'all want to do a cross country road trip?
Not in no car.
Cross
I'm
Not
not
no
sitting
car,
in no
no.
car.
Come on,
I'm
stop.
going
I
to
wouldn't
Cali.
really-
No,
Not talking
I'm
about like
serious.
a 2 to 3 hour
People who
from
do
Vegas
cross
to
country
Cali.
road trips and they
I would.
actually
But
stop
I do
at
RV.
places and
I
like
wanna-
take pictures and stuff.
Is
It's
this
like
a
a
thing?
goal
Are we
of
about to
mine.
make this a thing? Because
Huh?
we can make this a thing.
The cross country road trip?
That's a
Yeah,
goal
next
of
year
mine
though,
to
for
do.
sure.
Oh yeah,
Road
next
trip?
year.
Buy
Okay.
buy an old Volkswagen
Yes.
van.
Yeah,
like,
and just
go across
Scooby
the
do
country.
that
Oh,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, we got
It'd be
some
cool.
type
I
of
thought
stuff.
we was
It's dope.
talking about RVs. What else?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I was just
No, he
saying.
was just
that's-
saying his
that's
own. He was
me.
just saying
We
his
not
own.
I think
Scooby-Doo
driving
and
from
shit.
Ohio
Volkswagen
to
bus,
California would be
yeah.
dope.
Oh,
I think
That's
it
far as
would.
fuck.
But
My
that'd be
ex and
dope.
his
Like
family
y'all,
drive from Ohio.
drove to Colorado. That
from
wasn't
Ohio
bad.
to
see
LA.
what I mean? Ain't that dope
I
though?
rode
Seeing
the
different
train.
states.
Colorado wasn't
I rode a
bad.
train from LA to Chicago.
I still
Never
want to
did
go
that.
see the Grand
Right.
Canyon. I still ain't go see that.
Oh yeah, you gotta check that out.
Grand Canyon. I
should
don't know
go.
why I want to see
It's
it.
beautiful.
so
It's
close.
beautiful.
It's
It's
beautiful.
nice, though.
I've heard.
Is it?
We could drive
Can't
there.
even go
Everybody
for
said
it.
the
Drive
Grand
there.
Canyon.
I was hiking that
Yeah.
motherfucker. You gonna have fun out there.
Oh,
It's
in the
nice.
summertime, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's too cold.
It get cold out in the Grand
No, I
Canyon.
was about to say we
Oh,
get
so
cold
that's
in Cali.
Arizona. Oh, Cali, it gets cool.
Grand Canyon is
60,
in Arizona.
Yeah,
That's more on the
It
northern
don't-
side,
It definitely
right?
don't get cold in Arizona.
Yes, it does.
It
That's
gets
on the
cold.
It get cold in Arizona.
northern Cali.
Like
In Phoenix,
snow cold.
it was cold to me, like 60s.
That is not
Phoenix,
cold.
Phoenix was, I went to
That's
Phoenix in
Cools down.
December.
Let's say that cools down.
Right.
I went to Phoenix
Yeah.
in December. It was pretty warm.
Where you go?
They were cold, but it was like 65. I'm like, this is
Who
great.
is they?
Like,
Right.
The people that actually live
Oh,
there.
oh, yeah, they be looking at
Yeah,
like,
they
oh,
like
shit.
I had to put sweaters on. I'm
Yep.
like, man, this
I was
is,
cold
like,
when I
great.
went.
Like, I'm from Cleveland.
Right,
Like,
and that's because
it's like
we
20
from
degrees at
Cleveland.
home.
No,
65
you
is
like, I'm
tricky though.
straight.
It's tricky in the fall time, like
yeah,
65.
65
It's
could be
kind
windy.
of cold.
65. It could be
No,
cold.
that day
It was
was
cold to
like
me.
that
It's cold to me.
when we went to the
70 or above. All right, so I'm just saying.
70 or above. For
when it was
sure.
really nice outside. It was only 60 degrees a
I
couple
still
of
have
days
on a
ago.
Where?
I thought it was
It's kinda
70.
No, wait, was it 70?
Like I said,
Oh,
yeah, I
shit.
feel as Arizonians with that 60.
It's 60
It hit
now.
different. It hit different. I'm gonna wear a sweater.
Today was 60 and it wasn't that bad. Oh, today was
Sure.
60.
And I wore
It
a
wasn't
sweater.
bad today.
cold.
My hands was cold.
God.
It was chilly in the shade, I'm telling you.
All right, we gotta.
Fog caught up to us.
It was just
quick.
too much wind. That's what it was like. So
Oh, yeah.
windy. I was like, man, my
I was
hands.
like, ooh, the
Yeah, I
wind
don't
chill
like
gonna
it.
hit hard.
All right, what's the 2020 goals for
Yeah,
everyone?
because
Ain't that
everybody
you?
keep getting on topic. I
Yeah.
guess we ain't got
Yeah, I
none.
want our viewers
Yes,
to be like, what they
We
having
have it.
conversation. We know y'all out there.
It was 20.
2020.
Who want to start with their 2020 goal for this year?
Oh, wow.
This upcoming year.
Since we're here,
Ready.
my 2020 goal is to graduate. Whoop,
Yay, me too.
whoop. Start my graduates program.
Hey,
Whoop, whoop.
dope, dope.
And I want to, one, start talking to people about this documentary that I want to do. And two, I want to start talking to my auntie about this nonprofit organization
Dope.
that I want to do. So I got big plans for 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about this documentary.
So I wanted to write a book. And I wanted to write a book about my brother, pretty much. And the book was going to be how we both grew up in the same household. The things that we went through were similar, but we ended up on two different paths. And so we're both educated. but he's in the streets and everything. And it was to explore, well, how do black men become part of this lifestyle, especially when they had somewhat of a stable home. But then I was thinking of it on a broader scale after I had this conversation with this white boy in my class, and it's like, white people really don't understand black people and the struggles that we have to go through. So I wanted to create a documentary. The title is still up in the air, but it was going to be like Tales from the Street. And
girl,
what?
Tales from the Street.
The title is still up in the air. That's the only thing I can think of at the moment.
It was selling me until you was like Tales from the Street. I'm thinking,
no, it's still.
I don't. I'm not good. I'm not good with titles, but I'm not good with titles.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Sorry, I was just trying to like. That's all you got. I'm thinking you had.
You never showed me a picture of your brother. You gotta show me a picture.
My brother. I'll show you.
Never seen.
Yeah, I never seen your sibling.
But I wanted it to explore black men who actually were living their lives like in the street and talk about things such as, I got all that shit on my phone. Like the whole thing is planned out. I just
you just gotta get to it.
Yeah, I just haven't started it. But I have like things like talk about murder was going to be one of the things, like how do one get to this life, like education, like if you could find somewhere else to be, like what would you be doing? And it was just basically to explore the mindset and everything, but not only that, but to give people of different cultures a better understanding of how black men actually end up in this situation, because it's not just from being lazy, or it's not just from those stereotypical things that people like perceive black people as. So it was it was informative, but to people of different cultures, mainly white people. So yeah,
teach one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'll just get mine out the way because I ain't
good,
going to conversate that long. I'm not talking.
Congrats on that, though.
That's looking
It's
forward
a
to
great
that.
book, though, idea. Like, I'm really wanting excited to read this.
And you have a fucking plan,
I might still do the book, but later on after I do the documentary.
Hope they make it into a movie, girl. So you know, me with the reading,
fire.
I'm so happy.
I feel it visual.
Yeah,
I feel it. I like reading books, but it takes me a while.
Me too.
Because my focus ain't always there for a book.
Yeah.
Right, to read it continuously every day.
But I guarantee every month I always have a book to read, though. Every month, though. Always. Even if it takes me 2 months to read it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I always finish it.
Oh,
Keeps my, I don't know, it's something about it. I don't know what it does. See, it's good to do that, though.
Mine
It's
come
good.
in waves. Like, ooh,
Finishing one feels good.
I
To
finished my first 3 this year.
See?
That's the first time I finished 3 books in a year.
It's shit hidden in those books,
shit,
man.
nigga.
Oh shit! I
I'm
used to
proud
go
of
through
myself.
books in fucking days.
I know
like,
people who read
I never read.
half a book a day. I just
I wasn't a reader.
That
Shit, I
just
didn't read.
go through
I'm on
books
that.
like.
I'm a skimmer. Like, I can skim everything and read it. And
I'll be like,
comprehend
ooh,
it.
really
the first day I'll be like, page
audiobooks.
10.
I need that reader.
I
2
love
months
a
later,
good
page
Where that
10.
book at?
Y'all ever did audiobooks?
You know, that's what Krista said. Audiobooks. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I'm really
good.
learning the
audiobooks.
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 I never
Oh,
tried.
that'll be
2
cool.
hours tops if you think you'd think about it. Like, I
Never
never
thought about
I
that.
never tried one.
Audiobook is really good.
Hey, who Hulu password I can use? I need to watch that Power. Catch up.
My only thing with audiobooks for
Or
me
start.
is like I have to follow what they're saying,
watch
and like
Power.
if I don't catch it, then I have to go back. Yes, and even if I find correlations between something in one part of a book and then another part of a book, it's like with an audiobook, I gotta rewind to see where that.
They got text for you too.
Ooh.
For audiobook?
Yes,
2019.
like lyrics. Yeah, they got like you
It's
can
on
read
your
along
phone.
and you can see it too. It's on Kindle app. Sorry,
Yeah.
iPhone.
It's fancy out
You
here
have to
now.
look at that.
It's with Amazon.
Because I was just listening to the audiobook without the.
Yeah, the Kindle app.
That actually might work for me.
Yeah, iTunes
They got
has lyrics
audiobooks
now.
on YouTube too.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
they do.
can't
They have a
escape
bunch of
the
audiobooks on
words.
YouTube. Yeah.
See,
My
it's all out here.
apologies, bud.
So Birdie, how's your
You-
2019 going? What's your goal for 2020?
Oh. It's going all right. I don't like this one class. Fuck you, Jeffrey Boat.
You gonna get through
but,
it.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, my research paper coming along. It's about microaggressions. Don't ask me yet because I'm still formulating this BS paper.
Okay.
It'll be all right by November 20th. I got you. 2020 goals. I really want to inspire people with, like, healthy ideas, get more involved in my business that I want to open up when I graduate, and think about applying to be the flight attendant. I always want to be a flight attendant, so
my homie, shout out to my homie Rod, because he's a flight attendant.
Yeah, and I'm like, I know a couple people who are, and I'm just like, it's so fun. Like, and then I could just work out, I could do my thing, I could eat healthy, I could find different places to be in the world. Like, I think it'd be great.
You should do it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Waiting until after school though, because I was thinking about grad programs, but like I want to explore a little bit. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna just like
exploration
birdie.
Yeah, I'm about to exploration birdie. I'm about to say that.
Spread them wings.
That's true.
That's about it. And dress like fly as fuck. So there you go. Yeah. Hey. Comfy sweater day. This is with the sweater popping and shit.
I ain't know.
Proud of you.
It's cold, shit.
It is. That's why I threw mine on.
I would have wore mine.
Fall season.
I meant to go home and get a sweater before I came, but I just
damn.
You know, pullovers.
Well, you got a hoodie.
I got the hoodie over there.
Yeah,
so they don't count though.
That's good.
They don't count as a sweater.
Oh yeah, you right.
What about you, Freedom?
Shit, 2019. The start of it was trash, honestly. Like, my car got stolen. Then I lost my job. Then I had lost the house. You feel me? Yeah. The start of 2020 was trash.
Damn. Car get stolen. How did car get stolen?
I was in the driveway during the winter. Just starting it up, ran in for like 30 seconds to get my oatmeal. Came back out, just gone.
Wow. Not your oatmeal.
My cousin, I'm like, what you fucking with me? Bring my car back. She's like, oh, your car gone? I'm like,
did they ever find it?
Yeah, downtown fucked up. Some kids took that shit and they joy rode that bitch. Yeah, I was hurt at the moment, but I needed a new whip, so it was like.
What area were you living in when it got stolen?
Maple Heights. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, now you got a nice ass car though, man. Nice ass car. Nice as fuck now. So shit.
But it was just rough. It was rough. Yeah, it was cute. They had their homework in there and shit. I'm like, yeah, Marcus.
They had their homework.
We about to come for you, Marcus.
I was like, I'm about to find this little nigga.
Had to be in your school ID. I'm at your neck.
It was like high school kids?
They science papers was in there, so I'm assuming.
That's fucked up.
But it was cool. It led to a different swirl of events because I had to move back in with moms and shit. Me and cousin fell out who I was living with. So it was just a lot of shit. But then new things just started to happening because I just like, you know what, Uni? Like, I just got to toss my hands off the wheel because I don't know what the fuck I'm about to do right now. And I just started having fun, you know? Like, I legit started just kicking it. I'm like, you know what? I got money in the bank. I'm not stressing right now. Hit up Justin on the show, you feel me? Hit up a few friends, started making some moves with that. You know, started writing some more. I actually started writing my book. I know I got to let you read it. But I started writing my book and everything. And even now, new job. So it was like I didn't stress. You know, that's my key point for 2019. I noticed I didn't stress at all. Like when the moment happened, it was like fuck. But then after that, I'm like, all right, you cool, you still alive, you eating, you know.
Can you give us any details on the book, or is it a secret?
It's called Fear Fest. It's a new twist on the boogeyman. He isn't the bad guy or evil guy. He's the good guy. He's the protagonist. And he has to save these kids from a town that this carnival, you know, they put spirits on them to have nightmares. Oh, wow. And so then he actually rids the beings who are on these kids by trapping them, eating them, etc. So yeah.
I want to read that one too. It's on the Kindle book list too.
That's all interesting.
Kindle.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that sounds nice. That sounds pretty cool.
Come out with it.
Oh, it's happening. Like this is my first book. Like I've written little skits and stuff. It takes a lot for me to write a book because I have to see it scene by scene in my mind and typing that out. Like, nah, I don't like that part.
You got a release date for us?
Huh?
release date?
No, I actually did have one, but you can't rush a book. You know, you can't really rush a book at all.
So
like,
true.
You know, when it happens,
That's real.
when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was nice ideas, though. What about you, Chris?
Well,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't realize. Did we ask you already?
so we're talking about 2020 now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Y'all supposed to say, I think he did it 2019.
2020.
Yeah, he did 2020.
Well, I'm gonna just go with the flow, honestly. I mean, I do know that I'm looking for somewhere where I know I'm gonna stay at. As far as like, I don't know if I'm gonna make a move towards moving out my home city or not just yet, because it's going based upon if I get this job that I applied for. Because I mean, I want to go for the best first, to the best option to see where, I mean, if I'm able to make it there. So based upon if they get back with me or not.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah, not if.
Yeah,
They will. Say that shit. Speak that shit.
You create the universe.
Yeah, man. Put that power in your throat.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing, though.
No, that's real. Hey, my eyes closed. That hurt.
That sounded a little nasty. See the wood.
Y'all nasty.
It's gonna be.
I had to bring it back. I was like, it was just, I replayed that line in my head. I was like,
They will.
oh, really?
Like, put that in your chest, boy.
No, because listen.
See, here's the thing, though. There's always like,
Hey, because my eyes were closed, I heard they will. When I was like, but
here's the thing, though.
What's up, bro?
There's always a pro and a con for like the options that I'm looking at right now. And until they like really concrete, I don't want to speak on them. But what I'm saying is, like, if I don't get this opportunity that's in my home city, there's still, opportunities to get out here, to travel and, find other opportunities.
Go anywhere.
They all over. Yeah, you don't gotta just be at home.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just one spot.
Yeah, never settle.
Oh,
Keep
yeah.
your options wide.
Yeah.
Shit, go to Detroit for a little bit. See what you can find.
Oh
out
yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I love
Those
Chicago.
are
Well,
like
I'm going to
drivable
Chicago. I haven't
places.
even been there
You haven't
yet.
been to Chicago?
Ooh, it's a 6-hour drive, but it's so
Chicago
worth
is
it.
really nice.
That's not that bad.
It's not bad.
it's
I'd
about
rather
hours.
spend like good amount of gas money getting there than paying.
I want to go to
can
Canada,
make it on
too.
one
So
trip.
I'm
You
going
can
to
park in
Canada.
Canada
That's
would be
only
like
3
a passport.
hours.
You can make it to all
I
these
got
places.
mine.
I got my
Well,
passport.
with one tank of gas.
Yep.
Stamps,
We
girl.
made it to the
Seriously.
We made
Level
it 10
up,
hours.
sis. Catch up, sis.
You had to do this with the nails.
Talking about some Iceland.
Iceland, yeah.
Hey, that was next year. I was gonna have my passport by then.
Iceland is.
This is true.
She's procrastinating.
Iceland is
She's
beautiful.
gonna get
Like,
some-
they-
On the trip.
First of all, I still have to find people to go with me. Miss, I don't want to
Oh,
fly.
yeah, I ain't going to Iceland.
She
girl.
just told you she
Go
don't
to
want to
Iceland?
go. We
Yeah.
said we would. Why you
Right, I said
I said
Canada.
we could plan it.
We or you?
Oh, that's not. You can't go there. You can't go.
plan
You
stuff by
can't have
myself.
plans.
Oh, she not going.
Oh,
Oh.
that's not cool, Bird.
But on the birthday move. No. Atlanta
Dang, we still on that.
Las
Thought
Vegas.
Vegas.
or Las Vegas?
thought we
We'll
was
talk
doing
after the
Vegas.
show, y'all.
Yeah, Chris
My
is
bad.
yeah. That was your 20.
But I would pay for
2020.
it.
That's your.
2020.
Totally.
Yeah, 2020. What
Yeah.
about you, Doobie?
Go with the flow.
Yeah,
Me?
I think everybody goes with the flow,
I don't know.
unless you wake up drunk the next
I
morning.
ain't really thought about it yet.
really drunk.
I ain't thought about it because we're still in October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of days left. And so 2 months is a lot. A lot can happen in 2 months.
Yeah.
You got a week of October left. You better
It's
get
still
on
a
that.
week is how much how different how much can happen in a week. That's 7 days.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but I do know that I want to travel more. I gotta go. I want to go out of the country. I haven't been like other than like Hawaii's out. It's not really like
I know what you mean.
Country, yeah, but
you know what I'm saying. It's like the
Yeah.
first taste like of flying over the
I
ocean and
kind of want
stuff.
to go to Canada.
So I want to go somewhere else, and I just want to meet people. I think that's my only goal is just keep meeting people, as many people as possible,
That's how I
create
felt.
as many relationships as possible.
Yeah.
That's how you get around.
Keep them bonds.
Yeah, man.
When we went to Washington, we was meeting. Because
then you meet people and they can help you down the road.
Yeah, they do. I
met a lot of people. I met a lot of dope people at the farm that I was at, like that live. A lot of Europeans that live like Slovakia and like Germany and Switzerland, and people will let you come and stay with them at least for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're a good person and everything. Yeah, that's how you travel throughout. So I just want to use my connections and just go around the world. You can see the world. It's the country or outside and wherever it is. And I ain't really putting no restrictions on it. I'm just trying to go as many wherever you can go. Wherever I could go. I'm just in explore mode right now. So that's 2020 is just to keep exploring.
Oh, cool. Really, I like that.
Just keep exploring.
Yeah. You gotta have that mindset, though, especially when you want to travel, get your finances together, but you gotta be willing to be open-minded. Don't talk yourself out of that trip, because if you didn't take the trip, even by yourself, I know it might be very scary. I went to New York by myself, and it wasn't really that bad. You got used to, how people move, and, after a while, you damn, I'm used to this shit.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't even notice you.
Yep, because there's so many freaking people.
Stuff, nobody care. How many places you been where nobody really look at you? You could be standing there doing nobody look at you. Nobody
cares.
It's too crowded.
They just think you're a part of the crowd.
Yeah,
they just here too.
They know this is what they doing. They looking at their phone. That's where everybody's at. Nobody's up here and everybody's right here.
Shit, that's never me.
Yeah, I barely have my phone in Hawaii.
Yeah,
I didn't have any service.
Even better.
In a lot of places, 90% of the places over where I was living, there's no service. I could have my phone, but I usually had it for music. That was pretty much it.
That was a good chance to connect to nature.
We had hotspots, personal hotspots, and those only good for the phone. I couldn't use my computer for real. I'm not about to. What can I really do on that? It's I could barely get on Instagram. I could barely get on Twitter and stuff. So it's just I barely even used it, and I just went outside.
It made you connect.
Yeah, it made me completely disconnect. That's why I said Hawaii just disconnects you from this place. It's just a lot going on, and
you see the world for what it is. You see the
it's
real
just quiet
version.
That's why another reason I can't live out there, man. It's just I wouldn't want to do nothing.
Yeah,
I just want to chill all day.
Lifestyle,
yeah, I just want to chill all day. It's cool. It's the aloha. It's the way, but I got work to do. I feel like I got work to do. I got stuff I can.
That brings me to my next question. Ooh. Do y'all feel people get comfortable in the fact that they are living off of somebody, not even off of somebody in a bad way, but like how we live with our parents? There's people out there that have people who their families are paying for them to have an apartment or being on their own, or they financially stable from their parents, or somebody who is, affording a lifestyle type of thing. I personally don't think that's something that we should be so worried about. You know what I mean? If you can have that shit, it ain't my fault that my family rich.
I will take it.
But they
I'm just asking.
See, because as black people, we don't get that as much. But there's a lot of people who are wealthy, their family got money. They don't have to worry about paying for rent. They got a house already. You know what I'm saying? There's different levels of wealth. So I feel like you can definitely get used to it. Because even for what our parents do for us, I feel like we got used to it.
We living at home.
Definitely. And then when you go do it yourself, you okay.
Yeah, this is
this shit ain't as easy as I thought it was. I gotta, you was saying, I gotta eat. I gotta eat. I gotta work.
I gotta cook.
What am I gonna eat this week?
I gotta go grocery shopping.
I gotta be well versed in cooking all types of different stuff. I learned how to cook by watching shows.
Essence is oh no.
I saw you drive past me yesterday too, by the way. I started to call you. He was passing Richmond Mall. I just saw the box in the back. I'm like,
the box in the back.
I was driving down Richmond.
You had your hair in a ponytail.
Yep. I was going to work.
Yeah. Yesterday, I don't even remember what time it was, girl.
What's your goals for 2020?
Right,
Okay, so 2019 overall is a blur. It went so fast. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Everything. But I know my 2020 goal is the same as my 2019 goal. excuse me, unfortunately, which was never like reached. And that was just to be more disciplined. The word discipline I lack in every aspect of my life. Okay. From when it comes down to time management, to working out, to eating better, all the things we're talking about. I feel like at the end of the day, it depends on discipline for myself to remain consistent. And that's my goal for 2020, just to remain disciplined in everything I set my mind to it and actually do it. I'm getting very lazy. Very.
You gotta get out of
I hear that.
After college, it was like, what? Do what? I can't. Ooh, like, no. It's just like, dang, it's bad, y'all. It's bad. It's just
like
bad.
that motivation.
I be like, I can't do it.
That motivation.
I can't do it.
Listen to some motivational speakers when you wake up. You know,
what time do I got when I wake up? I gotta get ready to go to work.
Play it in the car while you headed.
Oprah Soul is actually pretty cool. I mean, Oprah, but she'll sell out. But
maybe
she really got some good little insights on like things.
See, even the effort to do that is a lie.
It can be something as simple as just like picking a video.
That is so true, but it just seemed like so much
mundane to do.
I know.
Your mentality, you making it hard.
You making
it I'm just like, trust
it's
me.
really not.
I know, trust me, I know all the interventions and I know all the stuff to do. I got a lot of resources. I know what to do to solve my problems. It's just
doing it.
You gotta talk yourself out.
It's just the initial start.
Right. It's just doing it.
And then when you do it once, it's like, oh, this is great. I should do it again. And that motivation go as quick as it come.
I used to be
like that was a good idea.
Right.
You
just get bored quick.
Train your body.
It's that discipline.
Training, working out helped me with my mental. Because then you start to be like, I can do this, you know, because.
Man, I went Saturday. I was like, ooh, I'm going to come right back.
Pushing
man,
yourself.
it's almost next Saturday.
So mental gets to that point.
You got to push yourself.
I was so ready. I was like, ooh, I went to the gym. It was 12. Yeah. I mean, it was 11. I still went for my little hour. I'm going to come again. Ooh, this. I didn't go back yet, man. And I'm an all or nothing thinker, so it's like
you could go tomorrow.
If I didn't do good on my diet one day, I just be like, well,
for y'all to say that you can just go tomorrow,
but
like.
You can.
I mean, yeah, you can. You just gotta walk through the door. But just walking through the door, that's the problem. It's like it's not as easy.
It'd be a great idea in my mind.
It's like we say at the gym, you giving me too many excuses as to why you can't do something.
No, see, I have begun to respect and love Nike's logo. Just do it. Cause that shit is real. Like just getting up and doing it. Like
wear that shit. They don't do shit.
It's a mindset.
No, it is. It really is because it is so hard to actually just get up and just do it. Like once you start and you get that rhythm of doing it, then it becomes easier. But when you have to get that initial start, it's like
you used to do another.
Like
I mean, a couple years ago, like when me and Hassan and everybody was doing our 80s and men, we was making music and everything, and it's just like, especially when it's like failures right there. It's like when you know you could fail at something. Like we went up on stage, we got booed bad. Like we did bad. We was. Ass.
I remember y'all told me about it. Yeah.
Bad, but we had to. But we was like, what we gonna do?
You had to experience that.
We was like, what we gonna do? We could quit, or we could just keep going. We was like, all right, we just gotta keep doing it. Then we just every morning we was waking up and rehearsing. Like it's something you gotta. One day you just wake up and you got that drive. Boom, it just comes to you. Yeah. Like I don't know, it's different for everybody. Yeah, but it does come as maybe it's for a stretch or like forever. Some people can maintain it forever, but it does come, and when it comes, you gotta act on that shit.
But when you act on it, like that's the initial start. But then you gotta keep doing it
until
if
keep acting on it.
If you fall off,
you gotta make it like a
routine.
Consistency is
you
key.
gotta be disciplined for that.
You
gotta be disciplined for it. You gotta.
I feel like it starts with how you talk, like how you say.
Yeah, if you keep saying it's too
like
hard
when you
to
said
do
if, like when you said when. Yeah. Not if, when. Like,
it's not even that. It's just doing it. It's just doing this shit.
In your throat. What was it? Power in the throat?
But you gotta have like a strong.
Power in the tongue.
Power in the tongue or the throat?
Well, when I said throat, it's that chakra. You feel me? That crazy.
Wait, can we go over the chakras? I want to know that. I don't really know that yet. How many?
It's 7.
You know all 7?
Your root, your sacral, your heart, your throat, your crown, your third eye, and then it's the one above the crown.
Ooh, what are those? Can you talk a little bit about those, or you don't know too much?
I mean, your root and your sacral is your first 2.
Where is those located?
It's in your spine. They're all along the base of your spine. That's why they say sit like this so the energy can flow.
Oh,
and that's
never
what
heard
the
that.
medical sign.
Yeah, that's the medical sign.
It's supposed to be is the energies that go through.
That's how it flows through you.
Oh, with the 2 snakes and a stick? Yeah. I just feel like that's some white people communist shit.
No, that comes from Egypt. That comes from
Egypt.
Ancient. That comes from
ancient. Yeah. That's where they took it from.
That's why I was like, they just turned it into something crazy.
Yeah, they made it look like that, but it's like, that's if you look at the chakra report, that's exactly what it is. That's where it comes from. But they just took it and made it.
Made it whatever they want.
Whole thing that they do.
But yeah, like
the whole thing that they do.
White
privilege. It kind of white privilege.
I'm not going to elaborate on that. But
it's that red and blue. That red and blue cross. It crossed over like 7 times.
Yeah.
And it's like a head on the top.
Yeah, the 2 snakes facing each other.
So what about at the root and the sacrum?
So that's your lower 2 chakras. That's what most people operate out of, especially society. They keep you in your lower 2 chakras.
What does that mean?
Is it grounding? Like
that's survival. Your root chakra is when
like
you come out the womb. As a baby, you're learning to survive your environment. What you are, what your mother is, you have to survive. So when babies come out, they're operating out of their first 2. Your root, grounding yourself to what you are. Sacral, observing your surroundings and everything. And society, and it's sex. So that's why, like, if you see red on somebody's aura, they're operating out of that lower chakra.
So chakras are like compartments of
energy.
Different level. Okay.
It's different energies. You know, the high, like if you operate out of these lower 2, you're at a lower frequency. When you start to operate through your heart, is love. You know, like the blending of colors in a sense. Like you don't see people as he's black, he's white. Like kids see love. That's my friend. You know, like what color? Like I asked my daughter, what color she? I don't know. She doesn't know color. Kids, they have the innocent. They're operating through these 3. Throat chakra, you know, speaking that power, what you say is manifested. That's why I said put that power in your throat. I didn't mean it like that, but it is. It's a real saying. Put that power in your throat. You know, you got to speak what you want. Like if you say it's too hard, that's what you're manifesting. It's too hard. If you a bad bitch, you're a bad bitch. That's, you feel me, like that's real.
Then you gon'
I know I try to hold it in.
I knew it was a reason. I was
I to hold it in.
I was like, did I hear that? He said it again too. He said, "Bad bitch, you a bad bitch."
But you know the ones that like they when you act like you are, then that's that energy.
Yeah, just like niggas get big dick energy. You feel me? It's a thing.
I guess.
There was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, y'all ain't hip? Okay.
No, what you say?
Google that shit.
What you say?
Google that shit.
No, we didn't hear you. You gotta speak a little louder.
It's just like, okay. Big dick energy? Is that?
Girl, I've heard girls say it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like they on hats and shit now.
It's like how you said when you a bad bitch, you a bad
that's what I mean.
Like
that's
how we look at it, and then y'all like
big
dick energy.
Yeah.
You know, all right. It's
but
either way, it's that confidence.
It's that confidence.
It's that
like speaking.
Like you know who you like. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with your vision.
Like you know what you are. That confidence is exuding through you. And everything. And then it's your third eye. Once you start to see the world for what it really is, most people.
Evil
it's everything.
So dark.
Yeah, I'm about to say evil is what you perceive it to be. You know, like people aren't evil though.
Yeah,
people aren't evil. People have tendencies. You feel me? That's the problem. Like if you see the world as evil, you're trained to think like that. You feel me? Like we're taught to think people are evil. The Bible even has made people think people are evil. You feel me? Like the Bible isn't talking about the devil, it's talking about people. The mark of the beast 666 is the melanin code of black people. You feel me? The way they taught it is to make us think we're evil. You feel me? It's many ways that's opening your third eye to see the knowledge that's before you and to understand what the root of shit is. Why is hate? Why, you know, people are operating out of these lower two chakras instead of moving up these levels. You feel me? Seeing the world for what it is, reading his energy, not based off of his color, what he liked to listen to, but the energy that's flowing between us right now. You feel me? That's what everything and everybody. And then crown chakra, you're at your highest state of self. You're living in truth. You're a walking Muhammad, Jesus. You feel me? You're a walking testimony of your own higher self. So
that's like that movie. Wow. Never mind. Lucy.
When do you get into chakras?
That was like Lucy, how she unlocked all the
shit. That was like 100% of her brain capacity, though.
Yeah,
she was unlocking the codes to her. She saw.
Metamorphosis.
Everything. So then you just go into mush and black afterwards?
But she went to her crown. Like, she became awe because she understood what the universe was, so she didn't need to be in this form anymore. We're energy, so we're on this we're having a human experience, but we're not humans. You know, like, we're something greater and beyond this form. And until you unlock that knowledge within yourself, you're going to keep living this human experience. You know, like, some are meant to help change, to influence these humans. You know, like, he's a god. You, like, me and him talked about it. You know, how you said you're a demigod and I'm a god. You know, like, we were just communicating. Randall's, me and him had the same combo. You're like, I'm a god. I'm like, good, you see it. You feel me? Like, you got to understand who you are and what your power is on this.
What's weird,
and I feel like what you believe in as well, because I could never call myself a god. Like,
but God is just a made-up concept of humans. Like,
I mean,
God is the unexplainable, but it's just a before we called it God, there are 99 names of God, technically. There are all these cultures. So what we call God is just like what's been called God throughout different people. Throughout different cultures, like it's just the unexplainable. We are God because it is us. Like, we are everything.
They do say we are an image of God.
We are life.
They do say we're an image.
We're an image, but you can't say something that's an image of is the actual thing.
Spirit.
But why do they tell us to be more like it?
That's why Jesus was saying.
I mean, you can be like something and not be it. That is truly, and that's the same thing as saying be in the image and not of, because once you get to, and that's why I said it's religious beliefs, because
for sure.
I have found my religion within myself. I get what you saying, and I'm not going to take the Bible for everything, but at the same time, I am a Christian. I do believe in the Lord. I do believe in heaven, and I do believe in hell. And I cannot compare myself to a being or to a spirit or to an energy that is greater than I am, because when I pray, and I have seen my prayers come into fruition. And whether that can be speaking it into existence, manifesting your tongue, but for me personally, I have a Lord.
Yeah.
Now, whether it is the Lord that, because I know what they did, they changed the Bible up and all of this different stuff, or they took certain things out of it and twisted its meaning. But the religion that I'm Christian, but we're apostolic. Or
hold up, what's
Pentecostal.
Okay.
I thought you was Kojic.
What?
I thought you went to the Church of God in Christ.
She said Apple. What? I
said Apostolic Church of God in Christ, but it was an apostolic church.
Oh,
yeah. So the Bible is meant like it reads as a story. You can take one thing from the Bible and apply it to something that you see further down the line within the Bible, but for me personally, and I'm not going to get into it like that because I don't have 100% understanding of it, but I know for myself, I can never compare myself to something that created me. I can be in the image of it. I can love like he loved, but I will never be that person. Like, and that's just personally for me. And everybody, like you said, there's so many different religions, there's so many different beliefs, and and everyone is entitled,
everybody's right to an extent.
We're all connected to a source.
But I'm gonna always say that white people are fucking evil.
We're all right from our own perspective.
I'm sorry. History.
Not fair to all of us.
History, there is a lot of.
History proves it, though. I mean,
I feel like the environment also has a big deal to do with it. Like, because I've grown up with white kids who are they my friends. Like they my
we grew up with.
I ain't gonna say they my best buddies and stuff.
They're not all bad. But it's just those certain ones that.
Always going to be a difference.
I feel like it is an environmental thing because they live in an area where there is some environment that
like
is
we were saying,
predominantly white school. You got people that's there, and you got black kids that have families that can afford to go to these prominent black schools or whatever. I mean, you know what I mean.
How do we get to this?
But it's kind of.
But it's similar.
But
to
it's still different. Even if those white and black people are on the same level, black people will never be on the same level. It is
that's
still
a different thing. That's different. But it's like what Zaire was saying. How kids don't see that. It's taught.
Facts.
It's all taught.
Facts.
Because when you're a kid, you don't think about that type of stuff. I remember my little sister. She would just because I know she's 8. So like I noticed my mom say things like about black. Me and her have the talks, but we around her. You put that in them like. Kids don't see that. She will go out there and play with anybody. She don't give a damn.
Fuck. They just like, hey,
I'm just here to play.
But even if she don't see it growing up, it is there. It doesn't take
created,
but it's even if it is created, the whole concept of racism is created, but it's there.
Yeah,
and you cannot ignore the fact that even if you do not teach them to be this way, they will be privileged and they will see that privilege, and that privilege will start to become who they are.
You gotta teach, especially young black children. You have to teach them that the way the world is. We understand it is that way.
On a different plane, like if children were just in a farm, like we're in Hawaii, and they're just like, go have fun. We ain't talking about worldly shit. We're gonna grow you up, in a certain setting. Not he's better than you, but just equal. You feel me?
But is that reality though?
I mean, I'm just saying. It can be
but
reality.
It's not. Black people can be great. But it's not the reality at the moment. There can be equality. Racism can be eradicated, but it's not our reality that we're living in.
Yeah, because we still keep it going. Because this is all we talk about.
It's there. It's
there. I feel like it's about how much you
feed into
you focus on
you don't have to feed into it when the statistic shows it on an everyday basis, when people are still getting murdered because of the color of their skin. It's not feeding into it. It is our reality. Our reality is because we are black, we are disadvantaged.
For sure. 100%. I'm never gonna argue that.
It's statistics.
Never gonna argue that.
How often in your real world, when you go down the street, how often do you have some white people?
Very often. Not nigger, but you get that I'm better than you. Even being on CSU campus with the generation that we are in, you get that I'm better than you.
I'm saying every white person. You said fuck all white people. I'm saying when you say fuck all white people, that's when it's a problem.
That's not all white.
That's what we were going. That's what we were going.
That's
like not everybody.
You're saying
there are bad.
Fuck it. Feel how you feel.
No, but I feel you because there are a lot of bad people out there. 1,000%. I'm not gonna argue anything you said. Everything you said was straight fact. There are a lot of bad people out here, and the system has been created to keep us down. 100%. But there are good people out here that are white. Because I've met them.
There are some.
That's all I'm saying. I've met them.
You gotta give them
I gotta give Ocon. That's my boy. From young age, you feel me?
I just went down there.
Compromise.
You feel me?
I know a lot of
great
white people, Hispanics.
There's bad people. But there's bad people everywhere.
There's bad people.
It's bad niggas.
There's a nigga in every race. Every race has its niggas. You feel me?
But when the majority of it is that nigga, it's like, we have a problem.
We need to worry about our own shit before you talk about anybody else. I feel
everybody got shit.
I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't say that either. I disagree with that either. I mean,
also, like the only way we will overcome or overthrow anyway until we unify, and that's on a global scale. We will never have any type of success this has to be aligned with yourself until we can really make change. So we can't do it without whites, blacks, Hispanics, whoever the fuck. We have to unify. we have to go against these governments who are doing this shit and feeding this shit.
Because right now it's rich versus poor.
Yes, it is.
Like,
it's classism.
It's a lot going on. Like, it's definitely the race is always going to be a factor, but it's a lot going on because this is poor white people out here getting run over and used up too. Like, it's a lot of rich versus poor out here.
Bad for them, I can understand that.
But they the majority of racist people, so.
No, I'm not saying like that.
But is it all their fault? Yeah, it's not all of their faults. Some of them are good people that's just poor. Some of them are just good people that are just poor, and then they just get used up by the system.
And I've met bougie black people. I've met black people who like
act
actually
like
this teacher just sent me. It's a teacher who works at my school, and he's black, and he says, I hate my own race. And he works at my school. You feel me? And they sent me this. And to see my own fellow brother, you know, talk about how only a black woman only want money from niggas, you feel me? It's disgraceful. So our whole mentality as everything is fucked up. So I can't even say all these racist white people. I know what they is, you feel me? They portray that shit. We just as fucked up in many different ways. Our own people, because it's certain people. Hey, black people come in. All right, I gotta go. You feel me? I've hit them shits. It's certain niggas who come in this spot. I don't want to be here no more. So it's not even just the racist whites. It's the fucked up blacks, the fucked up Asians.
The conditioning.
It's the conditionings of where certain people are in their lives.
Conditioning of people.
Yeah.
That's a real good.
That was a real good combo.
At what point do y'all feel like the conditioning will ever come to an end?
It has to
where
it's all
people are more like
people have to be re-educated.
You got to re-educate yourself.
Yourself is what it
like it starts because they not gonna teach you.
They will never.
No, that's why people have to. They have to be re-educated. Whether that's by the parent, whether that's
us or the people who are
people have to be re-educated.
I feel that we are domesticated and we're being undomesticated right now as we speak, though.
I think there is a shift happening. I think
we're shifting right now.
I think there's a shift happening amongst like people our age. Like, you know what I mean? Like, young
white people was talking about it before. You didn't have a lot of them, but they were talking about it. But I mean, it's a higher level of shifting is happening. Like
higher.
Even the fact that psilocybin is being made legal in a lot of places now, like Chicago. I think like mushrooms.
Oh,
psilocybin,
Psychedelics.
They want you to awaken.
Exactly. It's like Denver and like Chicago and like
hell no.
What's the name?
White people shit. I'm
telling you.
That's one thing I don't like. I don't like when we label
psilocybin
our culture white.
It's just that's the active ingredient of mushrooms.
That's our culture. Like,
look, there's some black people
to think like that.
Yeah, that's white people shit. But that's our culture.
There's some black people shit too. There's some
awakening. That's awakening. Mushrooms are awakening. It's just like cannabis. It's literally just like weed. Like it's the same thing. Like it's a natural thing that grows on this planet. We are natural beings.
Y'all gotta listen to this. Do y'all feel like we're becoming more free?
Poison ivy is also a natural thing that grows on this.
But you don't eat
it. But you stay away from it.
Some people do.
Well, they say mushrooms just expand your
I've heard
I ain't gonna say too much.
And I've tried a mushroom, but I just don't feel like it was the same.
Yeah, so what kind of mushrooms do you have to eat?
It's a giant eagle, y'all.
There's psilocybin. It's a psilocybin. It's the active ingredient inside mushrooms that gives us that. It releases the DMT in your brain, basically, because DMT is released in your body at two major points: is when you're born and when you die. And that gives you the
visual.
That's that understand. It's like a
you see everything. They say you see everything.
I mean, but this is all taught through different cultures, like not just white people, like
Native Americans.
Natives used to use it, or peyote is something that they used to use. Ayahuasca is something that people use. These are all natural things from the earth that are used to help us understand this realm that we're in. Like
they come from
our tools.
But it's all about if a person is open enough
Yeah, if you're not open,
then it's something.
I think I'd have to be on like a reservation, and I really would have to try it with Native American.
Yeah, with Native people, I can't just do it with people that don't know how to use it.
I'm not being racist, but I feel like that would be more comfortable to be that, because honestly, I can't just go and be like, I need to go find
like that, and that's something like that sounds like something that people should not be using.
I would rather have it in a
regular people who should not be using. Like that's dangerous because it's don't know how to do it. Like, if you don't know how to do, like, that's people trip off of that shit, and some people like
you can do research. Okay, so let me, because
everything is for everybody.
Okay, yeah, honestly, that's the first thing. Because not everybody needs to have
I was about to say,
I don't need
that shit. Oh, it's not.
It's not. But before I did anything psychedelics, acid, that was the first thing I could just get. So I did hella research on it. How many people have died? What does it do to your body? What are the side effects? You know, what type of trips can you have? And I did the research. You know, you got to see people have bad trips. They go into a darker spot, but you come out of it. It's not like that's your life.
It's all here.
Yeah. It's all here. It's all showing you where you are within yourself. Mm-hmm. Like if you, like people kept saying, I saw demons. That's what you perceive. Mm-hmm. That's what you're projecting certain things out. When you see, you know, when you're having a great time, like every time I've done it, great time, even my awakening, it scared the fuck out of me. But afterwards, I understood who I was.
It's something that's hard to even talk about.
So what? Talk more about how you feel. What do you mean?
It's hard to even talk about
the awakening.
It's hard to even explain.
I mean, I get what you mean.
It's hard to really even explain unless you've done it.
And you have to be open.
Hold on, y'all. Pause. What does awakening mean?
Okay, well, everybody has their own awakening processes. Finding out what you mean to this earth, what you mean to yourself, your journey. I'll say that for me, because his awakening could have shown him something totally different. But for me, I understood my spirit at that moment, where I came from, who I came from, because there were so many messages laced without. But I'm just thinking, I'm tripping. You feel me? But the shit that I was doing, that people were around me like, what the fuck is going on? You feel me? And it was just like, oh, this is making it too real.
What were you doing though?
I was just doing some shit that
he ain't had no business doing.
No, I mean, it was just like,
what that does is it reconnects you.
It reconnects you.
It
like I heard my higher self.
Like it's.
I literally could hear.
But to chime in on saying like most people may not be ready for them DMT to snap at that point and
and that's why I wouldn't force anyone to ever do it.
You know, that's why I think.
What does DMT stand for?
Dimethyltryptamine.
That's for stuff for people if you're ready to do it. You know, like I tell people, I don't recommend this. Hey, do some psych.
Even before I ever smoked weed. I did extensive like I was doing research on weed. I used to watch this Cheech and Chong, all that. I did, but I did research on it before I ever, because I looked at it like this. These motherfuckers be lying to us. Period. They lie to us about a lot of shit. And marijuana is only illegal because they didn't want black men to hang with white women, because the jazz clubs would always, they're young high school girls, they're like, well shit, they like, we trying to go kick it down there where they having fun at the jazz clubs. I ain't trying to kick it with this boring motherfucker. Like he just sitting at the house. Like they wanted to go have fun. They was like, oh, we can't have that. Made that illegal, and then they called it marijuana to make it sound more Mexican, so that white people would be like, oh yeah, we're against that. So they lied to us about a lot of different things. So I just have to do my own research, and I was like, you know what? Nobody's died from doing mushrooms. Not one person. Nobody's died from smoking weed. That doesn't happen. Like, because these are natural things that we are.
You're not going to die.
It's in our body already.
Yeah. It's just helping release it.
We just have to access it.
Like, it's just releasing.
It's like DMT is released in your body, and like it's already in you.
And I think
that's why it activates it inside of you, because it's already there. Everyone here has DMT in them, and like I said, it's in your body. It's produced in your liver or spleen or something like that. It's produced in one of your organs.
Keep going down details with it. I respect that.
I've done the research.
That's good. That's
the only way I was ever going to try it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I was ever going to I did the research.
But I think most people who take psilocybin or psychedelics, they're called to. You know, the masses aren't going to be drawn to
not everybody
experiencing this, because you're looking for something. You're experiencing something different that most people will never have that experience. My mom and them never had it. My auntie has. You feel me? When I told my mom, because we was watching a DMT thing, I'm like, yeah, I had acid. What? Yeah. Why would you take something like that? That could kill you. No,
it can't.
It can't. I've had 3 in my mouth. It was just,
oh, God.
And I'm tripping out the world. You feel me? And I'm talking to my grandma. You feel me? Off the shit. We having a great conversation. And I'm tripping. You know, so
but it's something that's like it's so hard to explain
until you do it.
If you're not open to having done it, like it's one of those things.
You can put that on the next little blog post.
Yeah, it's just.
But if you do the research next week,
but if you do the research, like there's no research you'll point to that says psilocybin is dangerous.
None.
It can be used irresponsibly, just like anything else. You can use aspirin irresponsibly.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not dangerous. Just like aspirin. Yeah. Like even they aren't necessarily dangerous. It's the way we use them and the way you mix this pill, and this, and you drink. Then it makes it dangerous. But the actual psilocybin, it's not dangerous.
You know,
it's a natural thing.
Most people will take cocaine, Zans and shit before they try psilocybin.
You could, if you're willing to hit the blunt, there's no reason you shouldn't be willing to eat the mushroom.
See, but now we go down to this point though. Why do you have to do anything?
You don't have to. That's your own person. That's what we're saying.
Yeah. You don't have to do these things to become your best self.
Yeah, like if I had shrooms in a big ass bag, if you take some, you take some. If not, you ain't hurting me.
Yeah. Like, it's if you want to.
It's if your curiosity has led you to get to this point. Not everybody's curiosity.
Like when I was in Hawaii, the man that owned the farm, his name is Bill. Great dude. He's like 70-year-old, straight edge, never touched anything. But he went raw vegan like 20 years ago, and he said that helped him to strip of all this, like the food and all that. That helped him become his best self. Different things help different people become. I ain't saying it's got to be psychedelics. I ain't saying it's got to be raw vegan. Mm-hmm. But different things help people become their best selves, and not everything is for everybody. Mm-hmm. So psychedelics is just one of those things where if you're willing, you got to be willing, and you got to let go.
Strip
and
your
not
fears.
Because you don't know what's going to happen. You might think you know. You might think you know, but you don't know. Just like you don't know what's going to happen when you walk out the door.
Yeah.
You don't know. You got to just embrace.
I want some sunglasses.
You feel me? See them shades coming in?
No,
see?
not your sunglasses.
Next time,
you need a prescription.
Mine. I want to look like I'm speeding through life. We just listen to
we can rap.
Yeah,
Miles told you how you took DMT?
Yeah.
I love you guys for just like explaining that in a deeper level.
Yeah, I was there when you did.
It was pretty dope. I now I'm more knowledgeable than I was before.
I mean, it's
the science behind
it. If you ever want to know, cause he was saying, like, you don't have to go to a reservation. You guys gotta be with people you trust.
Mm-hmm. I read a blog where it was a lady that sits with people while they do their trips. So I mean,
you gotta be with.
It's
like a shamanistic. It's like a shamanistic thing. Mm-hmm. Ain't even about the pay a lot of times. Sometimes it's just helping people unlock different things. Because some people use like ayahuasca. Mm-hmm. It's used to help people overcome traumas, like stuff that's like same they're doing with psilocybin. That's why they're made illegal in Denver.
What is that one? Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. It's like a root. It's like a root that you'd use and you like boil. It's like you cook.
You gotta boil it and strip the juices from it.
Strip the juices. Yeah, like I came across it in Hawaii, so it's just like.
I might go to this retreat and do it because I said I want to experience just to face those, because they say you face a lot of demons within yourself because they bring them out to face them so you can be really.
Because these are the things. It's just your self-conscious.
Yeah, it's just conscious.
That's all it is. It's like these things that eat at you, that you think about.
You ready to face your self-conscious?
You gotta be.
You got to.
That's how you master yourself. Because if you can't control that, if you ain't got no control over that side of you. How can you control everything else if you let that eat at you or get at you or
yourself is your
like
biggest
those anxieties and those things that we.
I gotta do that.
That's real. That's real though.
What if you had like such a bad conscience though, like
you gotta
serious,
but
and it just consumes you and you can't even unlock it because you're just stuck in it. Just an oblivion of just stuck in your own world.
But that's the thing.
I'm sure it could happen, but
if a serial killer like was to do this. Mushroom and whatever, you know what I mean? And what would be the effect for him to do that? Like I'm just this is like just
I don't know.
So one of the main
thing you can't do is blame the mushroom.
Yeah, you can't. Because that's already a part of you.
Why could you though? Because if he's already having those.
I people say that. Yeah, it's the shrooms' fault. No, it ain't.
How? If he was already having those.
Not the blaming of the mushroom.
No, I'm just saying like that.
And they say when you take shrooms, the first thing that I saw when everybody said, go out in nature. Play good music. Be around good people. Make sure you're in a good positive space.
In a warm environment.
Yes, you can't take it when your boyfriend just broke up with you and you pissed the fuck off.
It's not for that.
It's
but maybe in a week.
Yeah, in a week.
Maybe in a week after you've come to you got more of an understanding.
Because it only enhances what you're feeling at that moment. It enhances what current state that you're at. So if you're dealing with a lot of traumas and demons, you're gonna have to face that shit. It's just going to show you what the fuck's going on, and people. He might come up to you and say some shit. A heart attack.
But it's how you. But then you overcome. That's the thing. Like the trip does end, so you can overcome these things. Is what it like teaches.
And it's not forever.
But I'm gonna say this. I was just with somebody who did shrooms not long ago, and who ate the shrooms, and the first thing they did when it started to hit was go lay out in the grass and just look at the sky. Nigga was out there for 30 minutes, just looking at the sky. He came in the house like, bruh, I don't remember the last time I just laid down and looked at the sky. It's so big.
Yeah.
That's all you. It ain't like, and that's just such a simple thing. But when's the last time you laid down and looked at the sky
and enjoyed the shit?
And enjoyed it and looked at trees blowing and just that's what it is.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Okay, so you don't. So that's not something that you would. You know what I'm saying? But it just it's not.
I mean, he
said he does. When was the last time he did it?
Essence, when was the last time you
not
laid
everybody
in the grass
does
for 30 minutes and looked at the sky? Look at your face, exactly.
Laid in the grass.
It'll make you
just
lay
sit
there.
But it's nice, or just enjoying it, and just taking in nature, just taking in life in
that's
general.
What it helps you do.
That's why I said
that'd be cute if I had a bathe. Then you would lay on the grass and do that. But by my
I do that
see,
shit.
But you're not even thinking about it. You just like, man.
It's just on the main street, just in the grass. Ain't even no stars over here.
In the backyard. Nobody was messing with him in the backyard. He not like.
I got deers in my backyard.
They not gonna mess with you either because they don't feel threatened by us.
Man, that thing was standing right there one time. I'm like, this like a human.
It's just like when you walk in
backyard dark as hell.
Think about the last time you walked through the metro parks though. You don't see no animals, but they everywhere. They just avoid us because they know to avoid us.
I like
they stay away. Like it's just, they there, but they won't bug you. They ain't gonna come bother you. He laying down in the grass. Let me go mess with him.
Yeah,
They don't do.
I don't know. I saw Snow White and
Snow White.
Them animals was all over her.
Disney movie? Disney movie.
No, I'm fucking with you. But
I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's just you got.
Like when we were out at the haunted house and stuff, those stars, like it's better to see them out of the city to me. I don't think you can really look in our backyards and stuff and really get the full effect.
You don't see the stars. You go travel, you just be like, oh shit.
I saw them every night in Hawaii. I saw the Milky Way every night. I can see the Milky Way every night. That shit put shit into perspective. It's just like, yo, like we were really like in a galaxy, like swirling through some who knows what
like that shit like, is
that's
probably
all unexplainable. It's unfathomable actually. You can't even really fathom how much it is, but it was like you could just see it every night and it's just like damn.
I just think about spaceships and shit in the
sky. Life?
That's a good question. When I went down to Alabama.
What's funny is like how we were talking about the topic of death and stuff. I never finished, but my coworkers were like raising the questions. Not just thought like how he just said like other life. Then you said you felt like it was like other life or something. So that's what reminded me of it. Is he was saying like when the stars or whatever go pop by, it's like other life, and like my coworker was raising the point like when we were talking about death and stuff, and they were like, who's to say like we're not in hell right now, and then when you die your spirit is actually what lives, and you actually people that died and gone are like actually the ones living their life, and we here stuck in this like hell on earth type of sense. And I'm like, it's just like you all had said, like the perspectives of how people think about the things, how people view death and stuff.
So many cultures, so many different time periods of ways to understand it. Like
so many.
It's hard because it's so hard to understand.
You just gotta
Nobody understands like
you
not
see your
one
world
person.
in your own way.
Everybody is different.
No,
nobody understands it. Nobody know how this works.
No,
we just
like
stuck here doing it.
That's why I tell people just live.
It's scary. It's gonna all be gone one day.
I mean, I'm adjusting with this one.
I be thinking that sometimes, like just live, because one day you are gonna die.
That's why I don't think about that.
Who gives a shit, y'all? Just live.
I want to make sure that I did something purposeful to leave my name behind. I feel like that's the whole thing with me. I want my name to be remembered. I want to be remembered as somebody who made change, who did something. And like to people, it's not a big deal because you're gonna be dead. You're not gonna know. But
I gotta be remembered.
But you never know what that who
I'm
you
leaving
might
a legacy
change or what you might spark.
Your legacy.
I'm leaving a legacy.
I just feel like at above all end, you're a human being on this earth. So something when you do pass away, you may not feel like when you're dead. There's no, remembrance trace of you physically, but there you are a physical entity on this planet. So yeah, you have some type of energy given towards that.
All the people you met,
or how you think about it, all that stuff. So I mean,
that's why I say I don't care as long as I fulfill.
But I feel that though, being remembered,
I would love.
Because you don't want to feel like you just wasted it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like you just was here. And
But it depends on what you did.
That's why you gotta get life
insurance. It's all about
and that's what I'm saying.
It's all about
I
your perspective.
be remember for doing something.
Or who you impacted, or who you were around,
so
who you surrounded.
In so many ways, because you just might want to be in the woods.
Gotta get that.
Like I want my music. Like when I die, that's why I make music. When I make music, that's why I make music so that when I die, like whatever, however I think is just like carries on. And if it helps somebody else, then hey, that's great. If not, then that's fine too. But I just gotta. That's the thing I gotta leave here. Like just like you gotta leave your name. Like some people feel like they gotta leave all these different things, but we all trying to like leave because we know it ain't forever.
So everybody got a purpose. Though.
Everybody, whether you accept it or not. Like, I think everybody.
I think we have no choice but to accept it though.
You gotta find.
Everybody has a purpose. Everybody always lives it, no matter what, because we're here each day.
I feel like I'm still looking for it.
I think I thought we all got it though, man. On some real shit.
It's just something you finally.
It's in us
understand.
already.
Like I don't know. I don't even know when you I don't even know when you understand your
It
purpose.
just come to you.
You just one day you just like
like for myself. And for myself, I feel like I understand my purpose. I feel like I know what I was put on this earth to do. And it wasn't like, of course I had to find myself, but I found myself for me. But my purpose, it just came to me. It was just like from living, and then my gifts, my natural gifts. And it's like, okay, well, what can you do with these natural gifts? And then it just hit me like a rock. Like, this is what I care about. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I feel like I'm here to do. And then you try to deviate from that plan, but you can't, because you know this is what you were here to do. So
everything I do gotta be towards this. This is what I'm here to do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's already there.
That's why I'm here. Like when people say, I fucking hate school. I hate school. I think school is
mundane.
Is a money maker. I think it makes the rich richer. I hate school. I feel like a person can definitely be educated without school. However, I know I need this in order to get where I need to be.
Use it to your advantage.
Academic discipline. It's hard for some people. Sometimes school ain't for everybody.
Sometimes, sometimes ain't nobody. But sometimes 100% people not even encouraged to even. You know what I'm saying?
But if it's not encouraged in the home, then
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
School ain't for everybody.
I can tell being around this table, we all probably have parents that like maybe not the most encouraging people, but like somebody in your life that has helped you.
That's why we're all connected.
You know, helped you be positive about yourself, or like. But there's some people who never get that. Like they grow up and just never get love or a hug or nobody tell them you can do it. Like just something
you can do it.
You can do it. Like even something that's simple.
That
like
ball, Jimmy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. So like when you do, we lucky that we got that. Like a lot of it. So I think that's my purpose, is just to tell people that whatever you trying to do,
you got like a lyric from your songs that you can say that is something.
That's a good ending, like a closing.
Yeah, like a little bar, a little bar. You know,
we always just do
I mean, just whatever. I mean, do you have music that you have relation to it? Like,
I could think of some. I can go a little something. I wrote this out in Hawaii. I was like, watching this ocean, I feel so distant. Drifting through this adult life, wondering what's the mission. My addiction is living, large and to the fullest. These bars can't help my people who starving, dodging bullets. We need action, compassion. Quit blaming the man. We playing victim in the place we built with our bare hands. We should do it again, or take our shit and move to Africa. Cause after these opioids, I promise they'll be after us again. They punish the truth like it's a sin to behave and think a different way. Just follow the trend and you'll be blessed. If you ask too many questions, pack a vest. It's a mess. They've been known to puncture holes through your flesh and leave you as a martyr, taking notes from all the greats. Got control of my life. I'm always in a different place. Mind in a lifted space. Eyes sifting through the hate. You can spot me in the jungles of Puna playing it safe. Eating grapes with divinity. Energy still untouched. Re-enter the rap game. Cut the strings and run them up. Hey. Life is tough. Life is rough. Don't waver. Follow your gut. Try to be more like the water and flow instead of rush. Get in touch with your true self. The essence of you. Just let the blessings through and you can mold the world to what is best for you. Next to you is where I want to be. That's why I'm here. Presently in heaven. Trying to make the best of all my years.
Hey! Yes!
That was cool.
You that fucking on the spot.
That was nice.
I love that.
And it touched on all of our topics that we brought up.
That's why I was like,
I wrote that like a week ago. I was like, if I ever got, I was like, one day I'm gonna have to.
Oh, you just wrote that?
Like not long ago. Like,
that's dope.
Half of it, the beginning when I was like watching this ocean, I felt so distant, like because I was just staring out the ocean. At the point I was at, it was like 5,000 miles of ocean, like straight to Seattle, like from where I was sitting. So I was just like, damn, I'm like far. Like if something happens, like I'm here, like I'm stuck, like 6,000 miles from home.
How did your mom feel about that?
Ask her. I know she called me all the time. Like
I'm weak.
I mean, she's a mom. Yeah. She's a mom. She she wanted me back. Same with my pops. He probably wanted me closer. At least if something like he was thinking, like if something happened, I can't like here. They can just get to me. There, it's like
he on his own.
It was a 16-hour flight, like, and I'm over 2,000. Like, it ain't no just getting to me.
Ain't no way they just getting.
But I ain't give a fuck. Personally,
you gotta live life.
Like, you gotta live your own life.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be safe. They taught me right. I'm gonna be safe, but I'm gone.
Yeah, go.
I can't even here. It's cold. Right. It's cold here, bro.
It's fucking cold here.
Snowing here.
Yeah, I'm out.
Now that was like a good way to end this. Like that rap was like a good way to end. Seal the deal. That just summed it all up. Do we even need to give our little words to close or no?
Go for it.
Oh, we ended?
No, I'm asking.
Essence, you sound like you was rapping this up.
Right.
Oh, my bad. Y'all want to keep?
No, and I could tell you.
Go ahead. Do y'all?
No, I feel like y'all should keep going.
Do y'all closing?
Are you gonna just?
I'm gonna have to exit.
Oh, it's up to y'all.
I'm so sorry.
I'm chilling.
I'm good. I feel like we said everything. I
that rap was like everything.
All right, well, hey, where can they find you at? First thing first, music and everything.
Yeah. Doobie Rogers, DUBYRODGERS.
My brother Chris over here.
The D.
See the wood.
That's the IG too?
Yeah, everything is just Doobie Rogers.
My brother Chris over here, man.
Hey, what's going on? I'm right over here.
He was chill the whole time.
Yeah. Silent assassin.
He was riding that bike.
Silent assassin.
Chilling, still riding through with the podcast though.
Riding through.
We're glad to have you here, fam.
Y'all know where y'all can find me at Crispy100.
Oh.
Crispy100.
That's Instagram, Snap.
Crispy100.
Crispy or Crispy?
Crispy, CHRIS.
That's what I was like, oh, that sound nice.
I know it sounds crispy like crispy chicken, but
no, I like that though. Crispy100.
I wasn't not thinking.
Okay, hey y'all. As always, it's your fiery Sagittarius in the building. Essence, you can follow me on social media at Essence_Rose. That is spelled like the flower, ROSE, but it's not rose, it's rose. But Essence_Rose_.
We thank you all for coming. We appreciate everybody here.
Thanks for having us. As always, it's a pleasure.
Is this?
Y'all saw gonna
go? Yeah, Shekinah Berry. I don't really do social media. So,
why?
That's
another freaking episode.
If you want to follow me, Shekinah_Berry. There's nothing on my page though, so.
But that's the contact for the DM.
Exploration Birdie on my IG, and I don't add a lot of people on my Facebook. It's just for Granny. Hey, Mom.
Freedom_captured. Just flow like water, like my dude Tamar said, and Bruce Lee. He said I trained to be like water just so I could flow. So I do that.
For sure.
Deep.
Just you know me, just live. Shit.
I feel like everyone make sure you do something this
deep, like
do
water.
something this week or weekend for yourself.
Yeah.
We've been talking about little moves we're gonna do and implement. We're gonna probably go see that movie. What's the Black and Blue movie that's coming out? The real controversial movie that's coming out this weekend. So just make sure you do something for self.
And
that's real.
Anything.
And reach out to a friend if they are in need. You know, sometimes people are in a ball of depression. Sometimes they wanted somebody to.
Sometimes saying hi.
Yeah, saying hello, texting them. You know, calling somebody. You know.
Yeah.
We talk about mental health next time.
Yeah,
we'll touch on that. Go ahead, take us out, Justin.
We're gonna go every week with it. Let's get it.
Freeze with a picture.
Well, y'all ready? Well, ladies and boys, girls, thank you for watching or listening to Lavish Journey podcast, where we create, inspire,
and
spread greatness. Post a picture. Try to scoot in, y'all. We good.